board at least this time. You know, it isn't a complete flat out disaster. But that's it, yeah. 2 out of 5. Hope you enjoyed the trivia round, and we'll see you later. Thanks for joining.
Na'Vi and NIP clashing now. It was both Rosh's guess and the correct answer. Look at the head-to-head. My goodness, is it stacked up against the Ninjas in Pyjamas. Rosters have changed and all of that good stuff. But we're back. Chad, you look like you're desperate.
Well, I want to get in a question, Alex. I got one for you here, because your name is the same as Rush's name, so I may as well give you one here. On the 25th of August, 2020, at 3 p.m. CEST, which 2 teams were going toe-to-toe? It
was Na'Vi and NIP.
Oh, you've nailed it.
I
Confetti comes down, the prizes get wheeled out, the DHL box comes, you win all the goodies.
Okay, well, I'm happy about that, but why don't we continue by actually talking a little bit, basically doing the same segment we did in the sun, again.
With the longer hair.
Yeah, you did have longer hair, and I was more brown. It's a shame how fast that tan has just fallen from me, hasn't it?
Oh, I didn't want to hear that. If his is dipped, then mine's definitely dipped.
No, but you're maintaining better, I think. I peak. I get definitely peak browner than you, but you maintain.
Nice.
But we have got Counter-Strike to talk about.
And what a fun prospect. For me, looking at Na'Vi, I haven't seen them in a while. I have not even cast a game or really been involved in a game with Boomich being in the lineup. I've not seen Perfecto play yet. This is really fun for me. And I could do the same with NIP, but for Na'Vi, a big team, you guys have been saying it's not looking good online. There's a couple of question marks here and there. This is fun.
Look, at this squad right here, if they all play their A-game Counter-Strike, they can be the best team in the world. And that sounds like a silly statement, but they have so much firepower in this squad.
Hello.
And Modem, he is definitely not on this team. But a man who is, and a man that you probably remember, Lauren, is Flamey. And he has been the most inconsistent up and down prospect of this roster in quite some time. I want some consistency out of the Flame Dogger.
Didn't you used to call him a safe pair of hands?
Yeah, well, now he's a safe pair of oven mitts.
Yeah, okay. It's harder to pull the trigger with the mitts. Dexterous. All right. Lauren's brought the vocab today, and hopefully so did Frankie, because she sat down with Flamey ahead of this big game. Let's not forget, this is elimination stations for one of these 2 teams. Let's see what Flame was feeling ahead of this big game.
I'm really happy to be joined by Flamey from Na'Vi. And Flamey, last time I spoke to you, you were in Russia under lockdown rules. How have changes to lockdown affected the team?
I think the lockdown is still the problem for our team, and it's affected a lot because we can't move to bootcamp even more than 1 time per year. And if the pandemic will go on. So if I think it's really affected our online preparation, because it's we usually always bootcamp, and it's usual stuff for us. And now it was something really we didn't expect.
You're on bootcamp in Kiev right now, so you're all together. What have you been working on?
Oh yeah, we just came 4 days ago. And we went from player break 27 on July, but almost all our team was ill, and the training was not good, and the practice was cancelled. So we knew that some days gone, and we need to work more here on bootcamp. And then after we came, we have some discuss time with the team, with Blade. He always showing us some new strats, some new rounds, and our mistakes, how to fix it faster, and what we need to do. After this, we played some pracs and have a bit break, and then we play again pracs. Then we discuss again, and after this, we play individually if you want. Yeah.
And are you making any big changes to the way that you're playing, or the way that we'll see you in Cologne, for example? Any role changes?
I think not right now. We want to change any roles, but we have some new stuff and new rounds, yes, for sure.
Ooh, and looking at the other teams in Europe, are there any that you think could stop you from winning Cologne?
Oh, I think right now it's a lot of teams which are playing good, so it will be a big battle from all top teams, and we will try to win all teams. There are the best teams in this tournament, so we'll try to win all of them.
Who do you think is the best team in the tournament?
From last results, I would say BIG and G2 are really great teams right now.
And do you think Big are a team that you can beat?
Yeah, I think so, because we beat them before, beat them in Cologne final 2 years ago. We know how to play against them, but it's you can see they play really good. They found their game, they found their lineup, and they playing good. But we'll try our best. First of all, we need to win mouse sports because we playing them first game.
That's true. Have you got a particular plan for Mouse?
Oh, I will not tell the particular plan, but I'll tell that we have one. Yeah.
You'll never tell me the particular plan, Flamey. I've learned this from past interviews.
I can do it.
Thank you for talking to me. Good luck in that opening matchup against Mouse, and have fun on the rest of your boot camp.
And those are the scores and the doors for Flamey. Learning a lot. Thank you to Frankie and, of course, Flamey for making the time. And with his stats on screen, it's worth mentioning that he hasn't certainly not been underperforming, but the sentiment from Flamey there that stands out to me, at least, Chad, was the fact of the matter that he knows that there is a lot of high contending teams here, and Na'Vi are under no illusion that this is going to be a walk in the park. I think they're aware that, you know, this gap in the tier 1 it's the smallest margins. It's kind of, and already with complaints about their boot camp and the quality of preparation, it's not like putting me on a bed of confidence.
Yeah, and you can't have it all up here, right? And some of the problems is when you look at the game that they played against Complexity just the other day, they got absolutely destroyed. And that takes me to the next direction we want to go with this, is Electronic having a really, really, really rough performance, right? On that series, they played 2 maps. They lost 16-9, 16-8 respectively. But Electronic over 2 maps only had 15 kills. Now, Electronic is normally in the conversation with Simple as being one of the best players in the world. So I want to put this man up on your screen as somebody to watch because he has to turn that around. He can't have another Complexity level performance. On the other side of things, we'll take a look at Rez. Now, Rez, when they kicked things off against Big just the other day, he had, let's call it a stinker on Vertigo. Only had 10 kills to his name right there. And Rez is the veteran of this team now, right? You don't look at this kid and go, oh, he's a veteran of the squad, but he really is. He's the last surviving member of the NIP team since they won their last trophy in, what was it, 2017, Oakland? Can we even talk about that as relevance anymore?
I mean, speaking of 2017, I think the last time I saw some of these NIP players, at least like Hampus was, I think, Red Reserve.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to like the DreamHack Open, sort of like the weird and wonderful teams that came up. So it's kind of cool seeing the filter come through for this Swedish talent. For sure, it's working, right?
I mean, I think there's probably plenty of people watching at home or observing this change, kind of excited about it. Finally, no one can argue the next generation of NIP stars is here. Like, it was the NIP org, you know, one of the main reasons that Sweden fell in love with not only esports, but Counter-Strike specifically. And so it's nice to see all of the Swedish kids that were, you know, idolizing the NIP jersey and now wearing it and doing it justice at the moment. It's going to be a hard task up against Na'Vi, though.
Yeah, and one of the things which disappointed me with this roster when they came out of the player break, and that is NIP that I'm talking about here, is I thought they were going to kind of hit the ground running. They would have that momentum coming because they were the youngsters. But having an in-game leader change and having Hampus come in, there's going to take some teething issues for Threat to get on top. But with the Vito on screen, the next ban here will be that of Vertigo. Na'Vi do not play it. Now, the Pix Overpass is a map that the Ninjas do love, so I would consider them to lean in that direction as map number 1 here for the series.
I would love an overpass.
Drum roll, please. I think it's the lowest played map at the moment within the European division of ESL 1 Cologne Online. Train. Okay, I was thinking either Train or Inferno. You could punish NIP's Inferno, but they have gone with the Train pick right there. And the third and final, well, I think it might be Nuke. Yeah, because NIP do mind, they don't mind a bit of Mirage, sorry. So ending up on Nuke, that one, if we go the distance, will be an interesting one. But yeah, I'm coming in today with low hopes for Na'Vi. I'm coming in with very low hopes, and that's because I need their players to show up, and it hasn't been happening consistently recently.
I come into this with very much a kind of blank slate because what echoes in my mind, Na'Vi still good, right? Yeah. Still got Simple, all of this, everything seems right, but obviously online has affected them more than others. And then for NIP, it's also a lot of young talent that I've seen before, but now I get to see them as this new collective, maybe have a bigger shot at things. And I haven't got to see 2 of these teams play yet in person in this matchup.
Debate me, Chad.
Okay.
Debate me.
All right.
NIP has more firepower as a team than Na'Vi.
Oh, do you want me to...
That's my statement. How do you agree or disagree?
At peak, you're wrong. But across the board, you're probably right, right? At peak, Simple and Electronic will beat everybody on the other side of the server handedly, right? Those two as a duo, one of the most powerful duos in all of Counter-Strike. But as I've already prefaced, Electronic hasn't shown up in their recent game. Now, across the board, when we look at it, Twist is in flux a little bit over there on the NIP thing. On the other side of things, sorry.
Yeah.
Then you have Plopsky and Nork, who are big stars in that team over there. And obviously, Nork taking over the primary AWPing role is quite good. It's more consistent than that of Twist. But then, I don't know. Boomich at peak is great.
Yeah,
Flamey at peak is great.
I've given up on Boomich. I was his biggest fan.
Really?
Katowice finals.
I heard you. I
Katowice finals. He's got an MP9. He's holding secret stairs.
Yeah.
What a bloody madhead. And he was doing it every round, long range, tapping at silos with those little 3 bursts of an MP9. I was like, the guy's a gamer.
Right.
I was talking to him afterwards. He's telling me I practiced the MP9 in FPL. I played MP9 only in FPL. I'm like, oh, I love you. This is great. And it's like a youngster who comes to Na'Vi. It's like all eyes on him, and he actually kind of handles the pressure and actually makes good calls and is doing mid-rounding. And it's like Na'Vi look like they're suddenly playing modern-day Counter-Strike. And then they're poop for a while. I'm like, oh, Boomich, you've just succumbed to the Na'Vi depression. Why have you done that?
And if we go back to what Flamey was saying at the start of the interview there with Frankie about the whole global situation, not being out of boot camp and stuff, that excuse has to go out the window because we get the lovely cameras in their boot camp space and they're all together. So we have to take away the excuses from Na'Vi here and question, well, what's going on and why isn't it working? And the reason that I think it's not working is because they are so reliant on the firepower. Now, a lot of people go, but they have Blade, they have a tactical mastermind. Well, if I'm Blade and I know that I have Simple and Electronic, I know that I have 2 of the best Counter-Strike players in the whole world. So, of course, I would use them as my spearhead of the attack, right? Of course, that would make the most sense. But that has a lot of inconsistency. And the issues there are, if you're going to try and feed those 2 players all the frags, they're not going to find them. And then your next wave of players aren't finding the kills that they need to. There's no depth within the team, right? It's not... I don't have a problem playing to your strengths. I think you should. But the problem is that Na'Vi and their strengths don't seem to be clicking all the time.
So this is a very interesting conundrum that I'm sure, Na'Vi have been talking about at length as well, is, okay, you build a team that entire strat book and success hinges on 2 players. That sounds like a recipe for success. That sounds like a recipe for volatile results.
Correct.
Okay, so our entire strategy revolves around you getting 2. When you get 1, we lose. That doesn't sound like it's...
We'll just get 2. Seems simple, right?
Yeah, I mean, sure, man.
But has this experiment worked long term before? I feel like we look at FaZe, and this was like the concept, right? You get 5 fraggers, they're all nuts, and the skill ceiling's high. When all of them work, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
But then it doesn't work, and we're left with FaZe where they are a bit weird, and I don't know what to expect from Na'Vi. I have no stake in the matter. I want to see them come up with the goods. I want to see the Na'Vi that gets us excited.
Let's get into it. ESL 1 Cologne. One of these teams will no longer continue. Playoffs on the line. Overpass is where it starts. NIP, the young plucky Swedes, up against a Na'Vi that need to justify their position in the online era. It's 2020 online, and we're getting in. Starting off the pistol, we will see Na'Vi get that gift of the CT side. It's an NIP's pick, makes a whole lot of sense. And I'm seeing a boatload of util here, Lauren. We're going to be having 5 flashes in the hands of the TC side. GG.bet sends to give Na'Vi the edge. And Flamey, he's going to get a lot of flashbangs thrown his way. Evasive for now. Perfecto tucking in anti-flash. It's Rez to behead the first. But they're into the nitty-gritty already. It's a 2-frag lead for both. Boomich is going to have to play passive here. Bomb is on its way towards the site. Where's that rotate? They're all coming in heaven side.
And the T's are backing out from this. They're going to peel away now, obviously lacking armor severely due to the fact they had so much util, as you highlighted. There was the flashes galore, P250s. And I guess what they've done is at least kind of put a seed of doubt in the minds of the CT side here.
Yeah, and look how well it's worked. If they'd have continued, if they'd have just held W, they had 3 to contend with. Now, it's an unarmored Boomich. If Nork's good on this catch, that's enough to get the bomb across. It's worked well. This patience, our threat is beaming ear to ear of the fact that these guys have had the presence of mind to play it like this, and now the retake's on.
Nice info on the peak there. Hampus has seen at least 2. And this is a shutdown. This is really good. Unless Simple can dig deep and do something dirty. And honestly, the way they're playing,
no bullets.
I don't know if they're going to let him. And yeah.
Oh!
And now 2 left. Maybe just enough bullets to do something, but I don't see a kit. And I don't see one on the ground. Maybe I've missed it, but
Run!
That's it. Bullets to gun. Switch up on the P250. Done for. Hampus holds. And honestly, for NIP, it was precarious at the end. We know not to doubt the likes of Simple. It can always be deadly. They still got the job done.
They did. That's a big conversion. Let's see that one again. So Boomich, he did manage to get 1, but it was the fact that they paused. Simple was all the way back up towards top site. And that second shot with 1 bullet in the clip, he manages to find the head, keeping it competitive. And that's definitely a little bit of a warning for anybody that wants to contend with Na'Vi. That Simple's had his breakfast, he's had his bacon and eggs, and whatever makes him as good as he is. Simple's off for an early party peak in the force buy here in round 2. That flash is enough to deter. So we are off.
One thing I just quickly want to let the viewers know at home from our previous outings with NIP on this map of Overpass, one that they tend to find as their home ground, is they are thorough. Now, I'll take you back to last season when they were taking and clearing bomb sites. They would push on in, they would make sure they were clearing the truck before they would go for the plants. They were really taking their time so they couldn't be run over by exactly this, these nuanced force buys where you have to deal with so many different showings, a CZ up close, a Deagle at range, a tag from a scout, and then the utility as well. So as the clock whittles down, they will slowly push through and comb the map.
That's the bomb, though.
Oh, Simple's still on it, Kai. He's flirting with the idea of long now, which obviously leaves Electronic a little more out on an island. Does that CZ show? No. Rez playing with this idea. He's looking to check it. You were speaking about how meticulous they are, but that's a weird angle to peek. I guess you'd imagine maybe it'd be on the other side where we've seen that little setup with the scout before, but the T's taking this time, running it down. I don't like very end game, late game hits.
Yeah, look at Electronic.
I don't think you check this. You don't. And now Electronic's got a freebie, gets the gun, gets to back away. No trade in sight.
Ooh, rotation coming in from B as well here. 30 seconds. This is trouble.
Yeah, look at the fact that Electronic has an AK now for this defense. He even finds a safe haven from the Molotov. Hampus is right there. They're just staring at each other. Full flash. They need Plopsky to find it. He does connect, but I'm afraid the damage is done. Looking to stabilize was Nork. Twist could get caught with Util here. The push through the smoke is catched or caught if you're a sane human being. Bomb does go down, just down to Perfecto and Simple, and make it just Perfecto. Only a Desert Eagle. Looks like NIP's thorough approach has managed to net them round 2.
It felt scary. I always get nervous on those late in the day hits, but if they are as thorough as said and they do take their time, they're meticulous in approach, the util was good. I mean, I guess a little lucky almost on site which way the flashes went, but they kept their calm there.
Yeah, it was lucky that the flashes were being thrown from both sides of things. Just taking a quick look back with Skybox, there was like 4 or 5 flashes going off above that A bomb site from both teams. So there's no wonder that Hampus was sitting there next to the APC, wondering what the bloody hell was going on. Here we can see NIP.
Nice
and then,
yeah,
the curtains.
I like it up top there. That was nice. The PC's up on the ledge.
Yeah.
A little bit of leg room.
Kick it with my feet all the time.
I
bet
like
you've broken a bit
Plopsky's
of glass
knife.
or two. Which one's that?
It's the paracord. This is my knife,
Oh, I like
isn't
the
it?
paracord.
Hey, Rush, are you with us? Can you talk to us?
I think so. What's up?
Ah,
Yeah, it's
we've
your
missed
knife.
you.
It looks nice.
All right.
Oh dear.
That's a Rushley nade. I'm kidding. I'm just making stuff up.
Looks a little problematic if they commit to this because there is a stack of pistols. Lord,
Gotta feel that now, right?
they've kind of sussed this one out. They can just sit at jail and duel. Getting a little sketchy.
I don't like it.
Simple should get one hit if Hampus wasn't so clean, and that is absolutely perfect. 4 in the round, not letting his teammates get caught, not losing any of that armor or any of that util. And so they do start to nurture quite the bank account, and quite the opposite for Na'Vi. So the AWP is an unavailable option, given the fact that no one could provide that. Flamey could go glass cannon if he so desires, but let's see that again from Hampus's POV, because even though they're not the prettiest of frags, this is within the chaos and necessity. He does manage to clean it up nice, neat, and tidy. So it's time for the weapon rounds.
So just for those who aren't too familiar with the whole Lekro Hampus change, Hampus came in because he's a ride or die in-game leader, somebody that wants to be an in-game leader, where Lekro picked it up.
AC.
Oh, we're on B already.
Yeah, Rez is going straight through the molly, straight ahead. Good flash, Perfecto's down. Nork can be a little MVP for that one. But the barrel still contained Flamey, but the flame is extinguished. What a sight team.
Yeah, that's so fast. Look at Boomich, he's shaken. With just 20 HP, a bullet in his dome already. He's been forced to retreat. Electronic can't really contend with this. A resmoke on Heaven buys them enough time. They have to accept the lower approach or the save. That's the 2 options they've been given, and it does seem like it will be the latter. Save what little they can after putting all of their peanuts into that round. So that's going to be putting NIP at 4. I want a quick recap of the whole veto as well, Chad. So this was obviously NIP's pick. The response was Train from Na'Vi, and we get that...
Nuke as the third.
Nuke as the third. Wonderful. Okay, cool. So lots and lots of Counter-Strike ahead of this series.
So I just want to be showing somebody,
Anyone.
Anyone who wants to watch, anyone who's interested, what NIP just ran into here on this B bomb site. Now you think, oh yeah, we know it's a lowish gun round. They don't have all the utility, they don't have all the goodies, but guess what? They had all the players. So we're going to bring Skybox up for everybody. We don't even need to play what's going on here. Simple Heaven. Boomich has already rotated over. They're here at the start of the round. One towards short and one towards barrel. There were 4 players on the B bomb site right here, and NIP just ran through them. So that is problematic. The player's not hitting the shots, dealing with the B rush. That's why you have a stack, to be able to stop it.
Oh, you're bang on there, Chad. I hadn't caught just how many were ready for that. And if your B stack, your answer to them hitting B is already working and being run over by NIP, that is concerning. And they can do whatever they want now. They can look into any other page of the strat book. Simple wants some more peaks, but their flashes have contained him. Every time he's flirted with some CT aggression, he's had a white screen and a reluctant tut of his tongue.
Looks like NIP are quite well prepared, it feels. They seem quite assured. I mean, we are 4-0 up to the good, of course, so I mean, pinch of salt. We'll have to see if it does continue this way. I want to see what they do. What's the new look here? What's the new approach? Surely this isn't just Na'Vi rinse and repeat. I want to see a bit of depth from them, but the meticulous approach, the surgical precision to the map does seem to be applying throughout for NIP, taking territory, but taking their time, but also not taking the bomb.
Oh, can we cut to Hampus again? He looks like a changed man. He looks so good.
Handsome boy.
Yeah.
I love those glasses. I want a pair.
You've complimented 2 circular frames.
I like them. I've been eyeing them up. Gunnar, if you got any.
Yeah.
Gunners, you want to...
Get circular. Electronic. He's been a real thorn in the side of many a team in toilets, but for now does look like he'll accept. Oh, Plopsky, that's ambitious. Wants to take the duel on short, and it is Boomich. Na'Vi, maybe time for a shift of pace for the Ninjas. 40 seconds. They're gathering Monster, Hampus to lurk. Boomich is a responsive smoke, likely going to deploy that to isolate the site, isolate the duels for Flamey's SMG. I imagine Boomich might want to throw it now. What are you waiting for? 25, yeah, now we'll drop it. Electronics already caught 1, but the 3 are ready to give it their best shot.
Just crept to the site, Alex. They're there. How the hell did that happen?
Just needs twist now. A potential plant. Simple, however, with the scout bomb to be retrieved. 10 seconds. A bomb plant is something. But look at Perfecto. He's charging. He even fakes it with 8 seconds left. And that will convert into a Na'Vi round. A team ace as well. Everyone picking themselves up 1.
Did you just contact Monster?
Yeah, now the idea was that they had enough control over towards Bathroom that it should be able to hold that rotation for as long as possible. But this opening from Boomich changed things, right? The fact that they couldn't maintain sewer control and that information was then given to Na'Vi, it meant they could turtle back up on the site. And that smoke that was thrown, we've highlighted that in the past before from Na'Vi, normally Electronic throwing it. But what it does is it corrals them up one side of the site, making it easier for the CTs to be able to deal with the push. And well done from Na'Vi there. They get their first round on the board, their second opening for the game, and we're back underway with the gun round.
Deep nade towards Nork there. That's going to sting a little, but I guess it's not the end of the world. Still got the AWP to play with. And Simple this time gets the upgrade himself. He's going to be sitting on the AWP too, so what a fun prospect to see how that plays out. Electronic, again, it feels like he's so isolated, but I guess you've got Simple behind you, so you feel a little braver.
He's playing alongside Toilets as well, so if his retreat, well, now guarded by Plopsky, Nork, Rez, they're all there, a flash in. He was going to respond in kind, I'd imagine. Oh, dear. A disaster for the Ninjas in Pyjamas. A quick double. They line up, and the spray control was absolutely phenomenal. Simple can clean this now. He's going to sweep into Nork, and okay, that frag keeps NIP in it. And if Electronic walks through the smoke, the patience is rewarded. Suddenly, they're back into the round here, Lauren.
I question the need to peek long, but I guess he wanted to try and help out, deny the threat that was building. But now, as said, the 3v3. Boomich.
No.
That's a tragedy. That's not a good one. That's a problem. Switch up on the old AWP. Low HP picks it up. 2 kills. You've already done your value there, Hampus. Don't you worry. But now they hit the brakes for a second. They've got 37 seconds to make something out with. Molly goes in. Both players are on the site. Flamey's there. He gets up close.
He's taken down 2 of the hardest hitters. Flamey fully blind. He's done well to get away. Hampus so low, the USP can do enough, and oh my goodness, just by a gnat's wing, they survive. 15 HP between the 2 of them that remain. And Perfecto can finish this one off. The spray's not there. Nork, so precise. And that is a 5 versus, well, 3 squandered by Na'Vi.
Ooh, the nades there were absolutely heroic.
This from Boomich. He gets away with 4 HP, and look what he continues to do. If Boomich kills, that's the face I'm pulling. That's exactly the same face I'm pulling after that one. And then RV fans probably going to be a little less satisfied with that one. Ninjas in Pyjamas take the 5th, and it is going to be the Quasi by just investing about half of their schmeckles.
Haven't heard that one in a while.
To throw out a mix one. Quasi Nitro is the name in my recent fragging.
You're really upset me someone recently. Ooh, double stack towards underpass,
Yeah,
hold on.
bite your tongue.
I'll be upset about it in a second. Hampus.
It's not burning. Boomich, lucky.
Yeah, kind of surprised and probably as simple with that sort of peak. Head's gone. This double stack towards underpass feels like it's been felt out potentially. Maybe the nades coming in or something's given away a little bit of an indicator there.
Like in my super simple version of Counter-Strike in the world I live in, it's like, okay, deagles, close corners, where do I not want to be? connector. Where do I want to be? Long. Those duels feel much more favorable to my AK-47. And so it makes a lot of sense, just logically, as to where you might want to be walking with your weapons. This is info, though. At the very least, this is a boatload of info. You can see, oh, he doesn't have a clue. An electronic could get spotted here.
I think Hampus just got the notification on 1. I don't think he knows Boomich, though.
Oh, did he get 4x3'd?
No, looks like he's reacted. Oh, Boomich does catch him, and so now an AK has fallen into enemy hands. Potential problems here.
I don't think he saw that guy cross on the right side. He seemed to maybe seeing the first, but all of that aside, we do have a bomb plant. 4 of them kind of locked in. These post plants aren't brilliant, but obviously the rifles, the armor, everything else looks good. Boomich is really the only danger man here. Flamey's so low. Just not being given much to play with. Plopski's denied anything he was trying to build through bank, and there it is. Shut down in the end, but I'm not sure how Hampus missed that second one there. The first one, excuse me, not the second.
It could have been a real problem because they were locked in on the site there, but they dealt with it well. They used their utility as the CTs would to corner off Na'Vi coming in for this retake. But you can see what I'm talking about in their thoroughness. The fact that you're down in bank, you can control the rotations from those positions. And a lot of teams would throw the front wall of site smokes and then try and plant and then play retake from the toilets. What we've noted with NIP in the past, they love to get the site control. That makes the retake for the CTs even harder. And if there are quick flanks, well, you basically negate those right there. Na'Vi will be calling their first tactical timeout here of map number 1. And you can see the money on the left-hand side of your screen. Perfecto has enough to drop an AWP over towards Simple. He definitely needs the big green in his hands to deal with this long play.
It's this map stand classically with Na'Vi.
Classically?
In fine form and in current form, in your mind.
So, look.
It's not a bad one, or is it, you know what I mean? Like, I just want the general idea of, is a 6-1 start, a good T-side against them, a problem, or is this fine?
It's not a problem because Na'Vi, they would continue to go for these kind of half buys, and they're able to pull off a gun round based off of individual performance, then swing a game off of that. But on the T side is where they get really gritty. When they win their force buys, when they win those low buys, they can get back into the game and start snowballing off of their individuals. But it's the B rush again.
Straight in, and Perfecto spray gets completely whiffed. Flamey dunks. We've seen some great work from him on this position before, but he's smoked off. And it's kind of ignoring him. What's going on there? Rez flipping around his nades. Now keeping the man advantage in favor of Na'Vi. Rotate coming in viciously. He hasn't seen anyone. He's waiting for the call. Hampus hiding with the bomb. He gets hunted and it works out. Hampus dunk down to 39. A dink as well. Twist eliminated. This round is
how is Hampus doing this?
A lock-in. I don't understand. It felt like they had the rotate and the info. And again, here comes the pause. This is like the pistol all over again.
And they took this site against a stack, bear in mind, we've seen as well. That was just, I think, Flamey there. But let's see what they do. As you said, they've paused. Last time that did draw that little seed of doubt, but Simple Electronic, I don't know if they're going to wane in their conviction. It looks like Electronic's investigating. Whoa. But Naught could be on the case, and we've seen this gun looking like a shotgun rather than Naught. That's a barrel, and that's a body, and now Simple in the 1v2.
Chance for the first, and Naught knocked. 39 seconds. Hampus, he's done so much. He's got a smoke for bridge. Simple, just knife straight through it. They're gonna walk and meet. Simple doesn't have to sweat at all. What a perfect read, and the star of Na'Vi pulls home their second round, a necessity at this point. Opening kills led by the boys from NIP by a large margin, but it's the closing kill from Simple. This was how Hampus did it. Great shots.
Blood.
Yeah, Nork there, not expecting another player to be on the site, especially over towards Graffiti. And Nampus trying to be a little bit cheeky with it, walking through his own smokes right there, gets caught off guard, but the buy will come back out. NIP a little bit hamstrung, 3 Galils and a Deagle in play, and that molly, well, it's short.
Oh, that's a perfect flash. Electronic brave as hell, just standing his ground. He knows there was no threat of a fight. What's his timing? Is it a flash? I'm looking at the mini-map. I see no flash for Simple. Boomich has something pinned. It is a flashbang. They're coming from long side. The flash won't really aid. That's probably why he's being so resistant. That was it. There's nothing there.
I hate it. I hate like 50-50 peaks where you really can't cover both without some sacrifice, but I guess if you've got some faith in it, but they have lost long control.
Yeah, Electronic has done this a couple of times. He's playing these weird off angles. He played it in the toilets when he got the kill against Rez to pick up the AK on that force buy round. And now here, it's a bit different look from Na'Vi.
Oh, wow. What? I can't believe Rez hit those shots. He was so wide. Does manage to go down to Simple all the same, though. Electronic trying to keep the wolf from the door. Hampus, the long lurk, and with Boomich only on the FAMAS, it could be the Achilles heel of this. He's got a lineup for us. Got a couple for us.
I keep pretending I remember these.
I know.
It's
Welcome
very
to Mike. Welcome to
impressive.
the club.
I was like, oh, it's something on this wall, but
That's
nah.
a perfect bank smoke.
Bloody hell, give me some of these. Make me
can
just know
boost.
them.
Can they?
Yeah,
It
over
might
the
be grey
truck.
screen though. Nope, it's perfect. You're bang on, Chad. Won't be able to contest the plant, but he's very exposed on Twist Jiggle. These nades from Na'Vi have been fantastic, but the spray isn't. His teammate moved. He got the inaccuracy. 3v3 for the retake.
Still game on here. Not much util to work with, and Twist taking down Electronic. It's looking pretty dead in the water here. Flamey and Perfecto hoping for something, but Hampus pushed up, being aggressive, playing almost contact on it. He is having a game and a half. These are valuable kills Hampus isn't getting. And Flamey, what do you have left to do here? Yes, they're low HP. You imagine you could do something, but honestly, with no kit, nah.
Saving the MP9's a curious one as well. It's not the greatest weapon to be taking forward. Better than nothing. So he will do his best to hold on to this one, and he has some Kevlar behind it. But this is the problem. Na'Vi not being able to put multiple rounds together is going to hamper them hugely. They have roughly 3K on the majority of their players. There's the opening from Simple, but he was pinned. And you can see here, Hampus making the most of knowing that boost came in, able to deal with the bank play. And the frustration, you can see it from Simple here.
Honestly, Hampus is having a game.
He
He's
is.
on 14 kills.
14 to 5 no less. He really is buckets and spades above the rest. Let's see what this stack has in favor for Na'Vi.
Basically a full 5-man B stack with Electronic coming down connector here, ready to pincer through to sewer. So he's going to have to deal with Plopsky first.
I will bet you, I was going to say the Molotov or clear it. That looks like a perfect one. Electronic has to give him the sound cue and bounds his way to safe haven. They weren't desperate to push him or frag him necessarily, but they've got their territory for free. They won't be complaining about that.
I'm surprised they didn't trump, but I guess the molly might have, hindered them too. But as I said, maybe just don't want the risk. I guess they could have been a crossfire on the stairs, very safe play. But for now, T's taking the time. There really is no hurry in this, it feels. They've kept some util back, a great deal of smokes, a molly or two here and there. So they can play it late. They can draw out all the very limited util from the CTs, and by the time it's hit the site, feel it out. They pick the right site if they go this way.
Look at this, always as a group, like the wolf pack of NIP. Across the map together, utility always on point. There's the arm of Electronic showing. The smoke will drop now.
Oh, man. Whoa, it's a full execute. It's just grey screens or flames. The options that Na'Vi have been given. The flash would have been perfect had anyone pushed. 3 members of them doing the flashbang dance. You can see they caught with the pin, but Hampus babysits. And everything's fine. Everything returns to normality. It looks like NIP are on for a spotless, a flawless 8th round on the T side of their map pick here. Frustration starting to rise. The saved MP9 not able to contribute a dime.
Wow. This is impressive from NIP. I mean, their track record, they hadn't picked up a single win overall against Na'Vi, right? But obviously this could be a lot of historical relevance to that. Simple still trying to do a bit of damage, but yeah, I think the way you described them as kind of that wolf pack working through, everything, and I gotta say, Hampus, bit of a Fenrir the way he's approaching it. It's been fun to watch him play so far, and what a progression from when I saw him last. Truly bigger picture. Oh no, he's having a night.
Oh dear, Simple's not going to be happy with that. He didn't know where he was going to stand to avoid the bomb blast. This is that Molotov to kick things off that pushed Electronic out of position.
Wow. Yeah, I'm just double checking it, but yeah, this year, just using this year to keep the sample size more feasible, they have lost in the 3 best of 3s they've faced off against each other. NIP haven't taken a map. The closest they've come was a 16-14 on both Nuke and a Mirage at 16-13. So we've yet to see an NIP victory, just on a map, never mind a series, this year, up against Na'Vi. So have been somewhat of their nemesis. Rez is on for a contact walk here. Ooh, smokes it. That might be the instigator for the walk, though. Expecting it for now. 3 of them with pins pulled, and that could be the response they were hoping for. Stack nades on the boost. No one's home. Perfecto spotted.
Oh, he's stuck now.
Can't leave. I mean,
they're holding, though. I love this.
No rush. This is where suddenly Na'Vi can find
That's different.
gap. There's no gap here. Rez is covering the flank as well. Flawless in execution at this point in time. He can't call space clear. The rotate's still a threat, and they can just press pause.
There's no way out for NIP, though, so if they lose one here to a straggler, somebody over peaks.
Isn't Connector the route out?
Yeah, there's no one there.
Well, Electronic's in Collector.
Yeah, but
But
they know he's there.
All right, well,
Come on,
Flops
Chad.
dealt with him here. It shouldn't have
Yeah.
been that easy, but now A is completely open. The rotation comes in. The race is on. Who will make the quicker steps? As we can see Boomich on his way. Simple, not sure where he wants to go.
And I love that paranoia. They've done so many of these hits where they hold, they just double back. They have really made these boys paranoid that they don't know where to go. And now
to save.
you can't do anything. It's over. NIP are playing them like a damn fiddle.
They really are. This is so frustrating. Like the choice to go on simple there, Rush, helped us understand the dynamics Na'Vi are going through, because you've got your star player who you obviously want to be putting on the site you think is being hit. They're making so many steps towards B, and he's still keeping his body firmly planted on that B site. Not interested in the A rotate just yet. They're even hunting them a little bit.
Yeah, and they
flirting
should.
with it. They know one's graffiti. Where's Simple hiding that orb? That's the one that's the priority target I'd be looking for. He's down there as well.
They found two then.
Got mollies. There's Simple filling the
Found all
feed.
three technically.
He's still saving the orb. The bomb radius brings him down to 13.
Aw.
The wallbang will not find him. Okay, wow, that is exciting. 9-2, ladies and gentlemen, to start off our 7th day of ESL 1 Cologne.
I missed Rush. Like, I know you, it's kind of like, you know, one of my friends went to uni, he got some cool new uni friends, and then comes back to his hometown, like, oh, he's grown up. But it's nice to have him back.
Yeah, I mean, I remember you introducing me to Rush before he even worked for ESL. He was a day armor
yeah,
gamer?
very good with the RP, Rush.
The RP.
He loves a bit of RP, he does.
I've heard he's got some strong suits in roleplay.
Oh, yeah.
Well, double AWPs is the role play that Na'Vi are going for right here. Flamey will be picking up this second AWP over towards the B side of things, and he didn't even get to shoot a shot. Twist takes him out of the equation early, and now, once again, NIP with an opening frag. Na'Vi on the back
Is that an
foot.
AWP?
Yeah.
That was the $7,000 of goodies just squandered, and Perfecto's added to the list. Nork onto Perfecto. Boomich will recover. Perhaps it's not all in vain. Look at the aggressive stance from Electronic. No trade. He has to be a turret, and well, Hampus, we know what he's been capable of today. 16th frag found here in round 12 as they do make a beeline straight for the A site. The bomb very much behind. This could be a problem if Boomich can catch this, who is it, Twist. That's the only way they would have had a shot. Unfortunately, it looks like Twist is knife out. Boomich quite the opposite. They've waited for him as well. This is a team that is a perfectly coordinated roster of 5 at this moment in time.
Good luck retaking with 2 AWPs on the A site when they have bank control. They should start chasing already. What is Boomich thinking? He's trying to hide in plain sight.
Getting nervous for him. Might want to try and back away. Yeah, he's thinking about it.
And now, look at Rez. He ain't that far away either.
No, didn't
What is
even
going
get the
on?
Jaws theme going. He's already dead.
Chad, you were telling me great things about Na'Vi. You were saying,
What do you-
oh, they're
Lauren?
brilliant. I love this player. They're so consistent.
I've had
I'm
2
right.
teams that have
I'm
excited
right.
me this year. The first one was Na'Vi after Katowice, and I said to myself, I actually said on broadcast something quite audacious, and I won't make any statements like them ever again. I said something about there being like a new world order of Counter-Strike. It hasn't panned out that way. But NIP, with all these roster changes, was a team that I got really excited about, and I thought they could become a top 5, top 3
Is that
team
why
in the
you
world.
asked about Lecro yesterday? Or?
Well, I just got really sad when I saw them on Vertigo, one of their better maps, losing to Big handedly. I got sad. And I also like to make some jokes.
You turned into a fan. You turned into the normal fan.
Yeah,
Sees
but
one bad result, goes out and flames them.
some people like to laugh, Lauren, and I like to be the clown.
We all clowns here.
We are the
Chad.
court jester,
Yeah.
and the world is everything else.
You can do cartwheels. I can almost do a handstand. Lauren, what can you do?
Absolutely nothing.
Okay, well, maybe that's a skill in itself.
Yeah.
Oh, that feels kind of nice, I guess.
Sometimes the best action is inaction.
God, I used to get mocked for these statements and have, like, you know, the motivational calendar. And now it's you.
Motivational calendar.
Literally, it's just, it was, you know, it is what
Well, it's
it
either
is.
that or dad jokes. What do you want?
Give us a dad joke then.
How
How about I give you a round to think of it?
Okay.
Really throw something around and come up with something good.
Yeah.
Have you guys been enjoying the food here?
Food?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's certainly sustenance. No argument there.
Yeah, I'm not really a massive fan of the German sausages they've got. They're the worst. Didn't even need a round. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Whoa!
Laps and chat.
Is that all right? Simple, perhaps not, though. In for a fright. If he goes for the repeat campus, an uncharacteristic failure. Straight out monster loses the duel to the MP9 and gives Na'Vi a leg up, and you can see the reaction. Simple and Electronic beam straight back to the site. They don't need to be aggressive anymore. The pick is theirs. But Rez, he's knifing out, is trying to gather ground. He knows Simple's going to take a cursory glance, but if he's at this close wall, yes. This is a chance for Rez here. A wide swing, a pre-fire, but Nork walks straight into the pixels.
Oh,
It's Simple. Just making it look just that. Beautiful shots, locking down the long presence.
Well, we've had it. We've had the need a bit of individual brilliance to win you around. There we go. We'll put a little tick in the box for Na'Vi. Under the assumption that Twist and Plopsky don't do anything. I feel with Electronics positioning, Twist is dead, unless something goes, again, terribly wrong. Doesn't. Nicely done. Plopsky can trade it out, but now the 1v4 begins, and a little cheeky nade, just to make it trickier. And obviously Simple standing there with 22 HP, even though it's low.
Why is he standing there?
I don't know, it's Simple.
He knows he can click first.
Yeah.
He does.
It's nice to have that faith in yourself, I'm sure.
So 2 of the 3 rounds here that Na'Vi have won so far have come with Simple getting multi-frags, if that's going to put things into context for you. Now, he is the best player in the world, as per my opinion, but it has been tapering off in recent times because, well, Na'Vi are struggling to be competitive. They have had some time off, as has everybody, but the loss against Complexity the other day was quite a harsh one to swallow, I imagine, for the Russian/Ukrainian camp. They still have an opportunity here to net 5, and that could be enough if they win the pistol and start to bound back in the second half. The AWP is still in Simple's hands, and you can see here looking for that 4-man boost. Won't be coming into play this round, but contact towards Monster yet again.
Feels like Flamey's starting to wake up, though, here. Feels like they're starting to become aware of this. The 4 players posted up towards B, the great deal of nades. I love these kind of small pieces they're all considering, because maybe tendencies they've noticed.
Yeah, and what the conversation I'm trying to piece together here of the fact that they're throwing those 3 nades is that it did force Simple to have a look, right? They know that's enough to say there's 3B and have enough paranoia. Electronics aggression, though, it does manage to net him 1 and info that they are rotating. Simple will have to fill the gap. Bomb still spotted towards playground. Now be putting that back on the ground, maybe even putting it into the healthy Nork. Looks like we're going to see an aggressive move towards short here. This is for info. Na'Vi sweeping through water, calling it clear, which leaves Simple solo on this long side for now. Rotates coming in from Flamey. Oh, the boost is very naughty. Na'Vi, one of the...
Simple knows it!
He's looking for it. And he sees the tip of his head. What? And he pulls the trigger, Nork dead. That's glorious. Of all the teams to do it against, it's one of the very few who did it first. Now Flamey eats a flash, perhaps the still bite in the NIP 20 seconds here. They won't be able to get it down. Simple, robotic in his adjustments. And it is 4. Double kill again. You said multi-kills from Simple. Well, the trend continues.
3 out of 4 ain't bad. That's a pretty good stat line to have for him right there. This one, it looks like, it looked a bit odd, right? It's funny that he didn't notice the head earlier, but for Nork, for those people who are, why didn't he see him? How come he couldn't see Simple there? Obviously, the hedge was in the way, but that's also Nork going in for a left eye peek. We've been talking about that a bit more in recent times for everybody. The camera in Counter-Strike is mounted on the right side of the head. So if you're jiggle peeking corners, jiggle the right side, ladies and gentlemen, not the left.
Yeah, that's the amount of times you die, you're like, I didn't even see him. It probably felt like the Nork just there. It's because of that left eye peek. The door, sprays it. Boomich has got his routines ironed out, but nobody succumbing to it just yet. In fact, if 3 of them continue to take control of this connector, it's good pressure from water. It's good for the execute. I'm seeing a whole lot of nades from NIP. How do they plan to structure this? There's plenty of time left on that clock, but they're going in relatively dry, and the SMG drives by. Simple. Oh, he could be in trouble. Down to 9. He is finished off. And all on electronic as Nork's connected on his dig. This chaos from NIP has converted into a potential round win. Only electronic to clutch.
Okay. Oh, there was some venom in that, though, wasn't there? For a second or two, it looked pretty deadly. But honestly, this scoreline is huge for NIP. We've not seen them best Na'Vi since I can remember. So what a time for them to come online.
away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so. And now I'm chasing nightmares. I used to run with you through the great big leaves. Laugh at you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the home was just you and me. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I give you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I thought you were the one for me. That's why I give you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I give you everything. Held you close by the stormy
See how times
seas.
have changed. NIP have yet to pick up a single win up against them this year. However, this seems to be their very best shot at least doing so in the map. Seems like GG.bet are bookmakers.
Bookmakers.
Yes, not keepers. Damn it, that's an accountant. Either way, we are into it. Myself, Pansy, and Sponge, ready to see if NIP can do what they haven't been able to this year, and maybe even run into a series with it. It's Rez taking down the hardest hitter. Puts Michael Jordan on the bench for the pistol.
Oh, was that a team dink?
It might have been. Otherwise, that was a very good shot from the teaser. I don't know if that was the case. But might have had it.
He actually hit him.
Yes. But yeah, nice beginning, but not over yet. Damage being done to Hampus and Plopsky kind of keeps this very much competitive.
Just really important to note here, Nork and Twist, the two B defenders right now, both have HEs. So this could either be for the B plant if it comes in, or retaking A to stop the plant on that A bomb site.
It's so clear. Flamey's going to be calling for something. Yeah, they are on their way. Smoke's flying through the sky as well. This HE, as you discussed, Chad, is about to play a very big part in this. They're waiting for the sound cue. They could get trigger happy with this. Wait for it, biding their time, avoiding the molly. Now is the time. Pull the pins and electronic.
And in.
Down to 2 HP, my God. It's something, and the round far from over, but they're low too. Hampus and Plopsky gonna have to be the sacrificial lambs.
These trades have to be so perfect from the CTs. You know that Plopsky and Hampus are gonna fall at this point, but how do they do it, and does it set you up for success? No, it absolutely doesn't. It's a huge shutdown. Perfecto, electronic. Those two are just kind of the final piece to this. And to be fair, yes, the scoreline did look condemning, but Na'Vi came online at the end. Simple side away. Bloody hell.
Oh, that's...
I told you I'm going to use the P2K from now on.
Okay.
See what Rez is doing with it?
Yeah, I do. And we were talking about it last night on the HTV Confirmed podcast. It's actually statistically a very good pistol.
It doesn't feel as good.
No, and it doesn't, you know, the heads don't feel like they explode like watermelons all the time.
No.
That's what happens with the USP. But speaking of USPs, we don't have any on the board right now. It's going to be 2 Scouts, 2 Deagles, a 5-7 of Doom that's been getting a little bit more popularity in recent times, and a light sprinkling of utility. But there's one of those Scouts ringing through early, doing some damage towards Boomich.
Twist pushing back into it.
Did he catch
Did he get
that?
the timing?
So Rez have to get a wiggle on here. His teammates are pushing water, and yeah, that's unfortunate timing for Twist, just as he was clearing his close corners. Another tag. Flamey and Boomich both caught by the scout, and there's the conversion. You can see how there's legs to this second round force buy from the CTs, but they're speeding up. Nork has to find at least one here, but it's simple. The spearhead, as outlined, does charge into the site and eliminate any of that threat. So this is a flying start for Na'Vi. This is exactly what they wanted. Just a save for Plopsky and on the Mac 10 armor. We see the scout armor for Rez preserved. And this will be 2-0 after their woes in the first half. Hampus was the first death those last 3 rounds of the half. So it's interesting that when we lose Hampus, it was much quicker to see an RV conversion, something to keep our eye on if there is a trend to be outlined there. That's SEO keeping his finger on the statistic pulse.
It's important that they hold on to these saved weapons here. So Rez, he'll tag up Electronic and make him think better of the chase. And you can see Plopsky on the right-hand side of your screen down the bottom there has the Mac 10 equipped, but secondary will be a Deagle. So he can drop either of those across to one of his teammates. They can go into the next round with 3 weapons strong. And it's not the worst buy in the world, especially if Rez can be quite mobile with that little scout, the baby orb. Very, very agile. You just get a tag to the body, do roughly 70 damage, then your pistols are able to mop on up. But it's finding those tags that is very important. You can see here, this is what I was talking about. There's no more excuse of not being together. There's no more excuse of not being in the same room, not being able to pump each other up. Na'Vi and NIP, respectively, are both in boot camps right now.
I mean, I think there's always going to be an excuse found if you look hard enough and you want to find one, but there shouldn't be, as said. Now, looking at this, did the duo go across? Yes, Hampus has now picked that up, so nicely spotted. Flamey looking to make some cash, though.
Yeah, it's very important if you are the likes of Nork and Twist that you don't die early. You want to allow your players with upgraded weaponry to find some impact, to find some tags before you drop. Play the numbers game. Right now, I know it's an eco round, but it's still a 5v5. Electronic has taken a lot of long control here. That has applied pressure and forced out the rotation. Rez with another shot goes missing, so that's 3 scout bullets this round yet to find any damage. And Na'Vi across the rest of the map, they're just doing a default comb.
Only an attempt from Plopsky trying to catch the timing as they cleared that close corner. And Rez still getting overwhelmed and through the smoke. Electronic will make this one look relatively open and shut. Hang on. Back to B. That's where only a USP. Maybe he can just, stare anti-flash for a moment, try and double dink the plant. It's not like he's going to get a chance. And now, Boomich opens that one up, pulls another nade out of the Na'Vi arsenal.
Yeah, just damage here, the name of the game. If you are NIP, you can't really go for a round like this. The AK save for Hampus could be huge, allowing them to have a little bit more utility going into the first gun round of the second half here. I don't know if Nork wants to hold on to this scout. He could ply it on the CT side and still try and use it like an AWP. Obviously then needing to go for headshots if he wants to have the same impact. But relatively clean from Na'Vi. And one of the things that Na'Vi can do quite well is their T-sides, because their trading, their fundamentals are good and their individuals are great. You know, they can get multi-kills galore. The CT sides, I tend to think it's a little bit more volatile for them because they go for more force fires and more half fires than a lot of other teams. And then they do rely on those individuals to get the multi-kills. Teams are getting so good now, as everybody can imagine, with the utility usage, the pop flashes, the punishing in that regard, that, well, Na'Vi, they can't get away with their old tricks as often anymore. Things are starting to slow down here for NIP. So this first gun round, they need to make a bit of a statement. There's that deagle shot from Hampus, punishing Simple. Simple's had a bit of a rough go of it in these first 3 rounds. The pistol round, getting his head taken off by Rez, and their Hampus has just done the same. The fist bumps will come in. So we're getting this one underway. What type of buy are we looking at here? AWP for Rez has the spawn.
He's holding the nerve and just second shy. Forcing good util out. Flamey taking a chunk of damage early as well. I believe that was from a nade of Twist. I've seen teams even underhand a nade for that corner, so he is at risk.
Trying to get him. A bit of a spam coming through. It looks like we're still kind of on track towards toilets for now. I mean, it could all very much change depending if they have success, but Nork is still posted up. We do have Rez there, kind of the Simple and Electronic on the other side. He's been seen 100%. Boomich is going to call that out. Simple gets ready. They don't want to take too many risks. Oh.
Trades work out well. But losing Simple, it's quite the scalp for Rez to find. 50 seconds for the Na'Vi T side. No armor for Nork.
Electronic is long on his own right now, and the other three are posturing over towards the B side of things. So Molotov out from Connector. That's going to keep two players planted on the B site. With 35 seconds left, Na'Vi can stay in limbo.
Oh. Didn't see him twist. That was unfortunate. Just narrowly missing out on his window to punish. Now numbers favoring Na'Vi, and they can go anywhere they want. Smoke, Flash, Plopsky, and his partner in crime going to be at risk here, and he's so blind. He doesn't even get to pull the trigger. Hampus had a chance. Not connected onto Electronic elsewhere, so now it's all onto him. And that rotate's coming in thick and fast. Flamey close with the MAC-10. Nork just thinking better of it, realizing that that is too much of a risk and too prize of a possession. Let's not forget, no armor. That MAC-10 could shred him, and he is going to potentially catch Flamey on that hunt. So that's a nice relief. An extra $100 for him to treat himself to something nice.
Still think Orcas are a bit hard done by. I know the AWP is so powerful, but a $100 kill reward, come on. Come on, Gabe.
Like, give us a flashbang every kill instead. Yeah. That's something.
The thing is, if you get an ace with the AWP, you get $500.
Yeah.
What are you doing with $500?
I can't even celebrate. Like, I can't even buy a full util set after acing with an AWP.
You're not dropping anybody anything.
Oh, I can't even drop you a deagle.
All right, so now we're starting to get into a competitive landscape. The scoreline 11-8 in the favor of the Ninjas in Pyjamas. Hampus, with that AK that was saved in the previous, he's had his money bolstered. That was 7K. He actually picked up a secondary AWP, yes.
That was Simple again. So, you know, we've been talking about him having a rough go of it.
Yeah.
To get the Chadism correct.
That's the third time
That's
now?
the third time. It's Rez as well, who first blew his head off with the P2K on his party aggression. Now he got a call from his in-game leader saying he's close toilets. He's walked in and got his head blown off. Whoa, okay. Hampus was trying a very spicy wall bang, but just the one. Nork catching a bottle on the chin.
That's never fun.
No. Sounds like a night in Dog Swamp chat.
Mate, there's nowhere to go out in Dog Swamp. Maybe you ought to.
Simple will be smoked off. Pushing for long info. It's going to be Rez who'll swing wide and call it clear. Can now pivot back towards toilets and be closer to respond. Hampus, I love the angle he's adopted here. It will be the first closest line to an Inquisitive Flamey. And a bing. Not quite. Backing away. Loads of time. And the bomb's loose B side. So Na'Vi are starting to spread their approach. Let's not forget it's only pistols and those two AWPs. So ideally, the boys from NIP need frags before the execute.
This is going to get tricky. They're trying to play up towards Monster. That's a bit of a success, but it's traded on, and that's nice from Simple. B's looking extremely vulnerable. Down to the AWP with Hampus, and even then, they've barely made the site here. They just kind of walked towards Monster. On the other side was the bigger Monster himself. Simple. So Hampus trying to get involved, but what can you do about this? I mean, he's kind of dedicated towards the site now too, so he's not really backing away from it.
Na'Vi have a bad habit. And the bad habit is running down that clock when they shouldn't, because suddenly, a 2v4, if you've got an AWPer poised on the banana position at 25 seconds, 2 kills and suddenly this round gets awkward and you can't plant. Nork has potential here. You need the first cleanly. That's not it. Perfecto saves the day for Na'Vi.
Hampus should probably try and hold on to this. Now, in the next round, they will get the max loss bonus to 3,400, so he will be able to buy. But keeping up the AWP means he can drop it to Nork. And they can keep their defense looking relatively potent. But so far, yet to post around here on this CT side.
Just a general question, Lauren. Do you prefer Hampus's AWP or Simple's one? I need a new skin. I like the snaky boy.
Snaky boy.
That's nice, but I also like the kind of doogey. Okay, hang on. Get out of the shadow, Hampus. Someone give him a nudge.
We know you're trying to stay alive.
Trying to survive like it's ESL 1 Cologne or something.
Gosh, up the gamma. Bang it up.
Yeah, it's kind of got a dude's face on it. It's kind of like samurai, kind of Japanese characters.
I got the one with all the cats
cheap
on it.
It does look a bit kind
They
of.
both look a bit
Okay.
Oh, Christ,
Oh,
Hampus.
what?
We got a kill.
Okay.
All right, I guess you don't have an AWP.
I didn't quite get to catch that. I was looking deep into Lauren's eyes, but this was where it started. You can see their aggression on Monster. Had Boomich not taken down one, and Simple not caught Plopsky with nades in his hands. Well handled in the end, and it was Perfecto's frag that did keep them safe. Nork knew he had a chance to do impact there, and you can see frustrations building. What was a very dominant half. It was 11-4 now, 5 rounds consecutively into our second half of our first map here on the 7th day of ESL 1 Cologne. We're into the nitty-gritty, folks. Boost. This could end badly for Flamey, but the smoke keeps him safe. Looking to potentially see Rez meet Electronic here on a very solo adventure. He goes for it wide.
Oh, Flamey's been playing this area like an animal. It's actually been really, really hard for them to handle. Now, the issue being, obviously, is that bomb. A little bit hard to recover. It can be picked up without losing life because you can go all the way around, which is what Boomich is doing, but it is a bit of a nuisance to deal with. You could have been quicker off the trigger if had you'd kept it on you, but for now, Boomich, a little high flash, has to go through the motions of clearing this, doesn't know if they're pushed up or being annoying, but it's nicely hidden under the kid slide. I guess that's not really a great
Remember the
place.
word for slide, could you? It's been that long since you've actually
Slippery
seen
dip.
one.
Yeah, it's not a word you often say, is it?
No. Slide. Sandpit. Swing.
So right now, Plopsky's the only one over towards this B-bomb site. The rotation will need to come in, and that smoke that we've just seen go over towards Monster was thrown by one of his teammates in CT spawn. But the two heavy hitters, Electronic and Simple, are out of the equation.
Flying through. Molotovs aren't too much of a problem. Plopsky gets it clean.
Huge win. That was massive for him. They needed that because honestly, Na'Vi have been scary even in unfavorable scenarios, but the player's in the right place for once. Plopsky and Rez hold it down and game back on for NIP. Honestly, they needed that though. It felt like they just were not in the game. Na'Vi were running through them.
Yeah, I mean, it's so much so that the opening kills, the multi-kills have all kind of leveled out after the dominant start. We're seeing 10 to 11 in opening kills, so NIP leading that by 1 over the course of these 21 rounds. Multi-kill rounds are looking a little more favorable to NIP, just picking themselves up their 16th multi-kill round, but it's 16 to 13. And a timeout, the third called by Na'Vi. Let's not forget the standard coaching rules apply. Blade on the microphone and able to have his chats with the boys. Seems from Plopsky as well. That was a necessary frag. It enabled his teammates to focus onto this double stack towards short. 12, the first CT round found on NIP's map pick.
Sorry, I got distracted. There was a fly, but I thought it was a mosquito. I was ready to kill. I have like 6 bites on me. All right, if I see something flying, I'm nervous.
We'll get you some
Do you
spray.
know
or
what fly
something
is in
like
German? That's an easy one. Fliegel.
Legal.
Fliegel.
That's so cute.
This is a very important round for the NIP boys here. If they're able to convert this, breaking that economy of Na'Vi, it will only be getting the 2400, I believe, in the following. Sorry, the 1900. They've been reset all the way down. So it'll just be a partial buy for them in the next round if they're not able to get bomb planted here. People seem to think I say here funny.
Yeah.
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 Everyone mocks me about that for some reason. Just an Australian thing.
I don't think we've ever mocked you for it. I think you just brought it up and now people are going to be very aware of it.
Ah, damn.
Manually breathing. Chad, where does your tongue typically rest in your mouth? Can you identify how your tongue normally rests in your mouth? Either way, I'll let you think about that while I focus on the commentary. 3-man split for the B site. Flamey and Boomich will be smoked off again. That's going to put the clock down to about the last 30 seconds here. And there's still util for days. They got flashbangs. As the util starts flying in, the CTs, they should be able to just barrage with incendiaries and flashbangs. Here they come. 30 seconds. Na'Vi, I'm getting nervous. Boomich is going to have to make a call with conviction here.
What year is this? Is this Na'Vi running the clock down low and now you're going to see NIP on the push? I like that, being proactive on Monster. Putting down the lines of sight and the lines of attack, and look at this. Dismantling Na'Vi. It felt like they've been so potent and powerful, but now they leave themselves 15 seconds and they haven't stepped on the site, but now they do.
It was simple and it was electronic. Now, unfortunately, only electronic. I don't know what he can do here. Nork's holding the cross, and with shots like that, it's only going to be a consolation. He won't really have a chance to get away. Twist will finish him off. And Na'Vi, bitten by that bad timing bug, puts them on to about 3K per player and 13, 3 away from map point. I'm going to see that from Plopsky again. As soon as you get that monster player, you call it clear, you know, with 20 seconds left, there's Molotovs. They're running through it. They even see Hampus kill Flamey. That is the problem. They had so many nades for days that you can't bide the clock. Maybe Simple saying something of a similar sentiment.
Calm way.
Yeah, maybe more calm. The smoke towards Monster, you get to follow that one looking perfection. A little off. But catching a glimpse of one playground, getting that early info, the CTs are poised for their 14th collection here.
Good economy of utility there, similar to economy of words, but Words don't matter so much in a game like Counter-Strike. You can see these upgraded pistols. 3 Deagles, still very, very deadly, especially in the hands of Electronic and Simple here. If we're going to have a quick look at the scores as we're getting into this round, Simple has 19 frags. Doesn't feel like it, does it? But he has 19 kills to his name. And then the next, he's 2 IC, the second star. Electronic, we wanted it. He's got 92 ADR and 15 kills to his name. So don't consider this one done and dusted. This is a Na'Vi special.
You're absolutely bang on, Chad, and it's just when you write them out that they remind you what they can do. Still, seems like NIP are a very regimented squad, so the chances for those Deagles to pop off, usually exploiting players' mistakes. Well, it's this time Rez actively fighting for long control. The jump for info gets him something, but Rez, no sweat.
And I like the fact that Nork had his back too, just in case there was too much of a problem. Hitting 1 Deagle could happen, 2 probably not. That's nice from Twist, as you said. Shadow giving away the game, gives him the angle, gives him the early bit of work. And they've got the here. Rez may be a little needless on it, but it feels like it's going to be shut down soon enough.
All right, well, Simple only has 3950 to his name right here, so potentially bought in a little bit too far in the previous, and he can't get an AWP unless Perfecto wants to go naked in this round.
I don't see a world where that one's happening.
Very unlikely. Very, very unlikely, unless he's getting the whole Adren treatment. Eric, drop me AWP.
Drop AWP now.
And I don't feel that will be the case. So it will just be an AK-47 in the man's hands with a flash behind it. Galil's for Boomich and Flamey here. So not the most potent of buys, whereas NIP have everything they want. Molotov early extinguished. Hampus knows something could be coming quick.
It's like he waited for the extinguisher's queue to regress, and now he could get undressed. No, Nork keeps him clothed.
Good trade. Well, not even a trade. Good teamwork.
And Norka's doing that on long as well. He's been a really nice kind of complementary element to the CT side, taking a couple more additional fights here and there, but you still have that backup in place. I like that.
Sticking around. No chance, but Simple punishing the missed shot. Bobski towards water. If he can tuck into the corner, he's got game. Fortunately, he's lost Rez now, so this does start to favor Na'Vi here. If Flamey does a procedural clear, he gets caught, and a real chance for Plopski. He's trapped. He needs a headshot. Boomich and Perfecto hunting him down. He's got 1 bullet. 1 bullet in that M4. Yeah, I did reload as well. We're into a 3v3 here, but Hampus from behind could completely destabilize it all.
Oh, his timing couldn't be better. That's bomb down, spots it, probably knows there's more threats around. Does get simpled. I think there's no other way to put it. The man can just do it when he needs. Now, Plopski. Oh! This is terrifying. I hate this round so much.
Aggressing bank. Bombs being delivered by his teammate Perfecto. They know Plopski's on the flank. Twist is the unknown entity here, but Simple, he is sweeping through, and he wants another. This time, the Swede says no. Perfecto can have a chance at this clutch, but it's Plopski he has to find first. He's being hunted from 2 different angles, and now he's taken them at the same time. That's 15 for NIP. Looks like they're about to break the streak of losses they've conceded here against Na'Vi in 2020. Their first map win is now just 1 round away.
Just to make a note about Rez, we were speaking about him in the pre-game. Well, SEO, our stats man, giving us a big one here. Rez has 7 opening kills in this game so far.
Looking for an AK?
And only 15 kills in total. So his impact is definitely being felt here. We remember it from the pistol round on the CT side with that massive shot towards Simple. And this was what I liked early. Nork there making sure he could bail his teammate out, taking Electronic out of the picture. And with the 2,900 loss bonus that Na'Vi have had going into this round here and the bomb getting planted, we should be able to see a convincing buy, or at least a buy that is serviceable, right? It's not going to be perfect. They're not going to have everything. Lauren swatting away that bloody fly.
It's hovering around the studio.
Missed Molly early. That's going to give them a free bit of territory and make sure they don't have to use a smoke.
They're really happy to take this space early and the spray through the smoke. He's even got nades for them. Perfecto could be in trouble. He dunks him. Rez, that is impressive.
Another opening. 2
kills. They're 3 frags away from taking this map, Lauren.
I don't know what's happened. I know that there's still so much power on this Na'Vi side, and I'm desperate to see it. And for the first half of the T side, it looked good, but look at these crossfires. Hampus just keeping Plopski safe as soon as Flamey wanted to punish over by Monster, leaving Electronic in a 1v4. And no step anywhere, no bomb to hand, which now, looking at where we're seeing, I think it's Plopski push up to, he could find, potentially. And again, clearing all these corners going forward is such a tall task. It looks like map 1's wrapped up.
Yeah, Electronic's the only one that can campaign to change our minds. You're right, though. Plopsky is responsible for that bomb. He doesn't know it yet. Now he does. We'll hit the brakes. And so poor old Electronic has to win this duel super cleanly. There's the first jiggle, and look at... Oh, okay. Well handled. Good moves from Plopsky, but as he descends, Hampus was there, and Electronic continues to show us why he is one of the stars of the Na'Vi show. Molly barrels charging forward. Smoke for the cross. There's no one there. He's faking it out as well, trying to catch Resin rotation. The man is just playing 5D backgammon at this point. Orc staring at the smoke walk. Has he read it? Fakes the step. Another smoke. Will plant within it.
Electronic's playing a game here. He is playing a dangerous, deadly game. Now he has to plant. No two ways about it. They're closing in. And there it is, 16-9. Can you believe it? NIP looking deadlier than ever. But Na'Vi starting to wake up.
Time always talks about all the other guys. Will I ever understand? Without her, it's not fair. I need you back. No more crying at the end. I'll do it again.
been a while, yeah. Safe to say over a year. Still it feels like I saw you every day. Tired of hanging around the ones that always need an explanation. I don't need to every day. Explain myself, don't hold it against me if I'm somewhere else. Put all the masks that I had on the shelf. Wish I could stay, but it's bad for my head. Something's coming. I wanna be everything I thought that I could never be. Build me up
Serious business for an RV and NIP, and the first win of 2020 up against Na'Vi. The monkey on their shoulder has been shaken, it seems, as we can see the 16th round converted in the nick of time. And it's going to be very happy in their very pretty boot camp. NIP are just one away from knocking Na'Vi out of ESL 1 Cologne, of course defending champions, dethroned and unable to defend their title. I've got Chad and Pansy hanging out with me. Let's review Overpass.
Chansey for short.
Chansey, as we like to call them. We can't stop calling them Chansey or Pad. That's Chad. You know what, Chad? I see what you've done there. Chansey's definitely the better of the two. Moving away from that, Chad, hi.
Hi.
Can we focus a little bit on the fact that NIP genuinely, every time we watch them play Overpass, impress us?
Yeah, they're just very, very thorough, right? They don't take any chances. They work as a unit. The utility usage is on point. Everything was good, and everything in that game was pretty good from a viewer standpoint, right, Alex?
Yeah. No, it certainly felt that way. I mean, one thing that really stood out to me was the quality of the observation.
Yes.
I felt like, you know, we were not really missing anything. I don't know if there's any particular changes, any catalysts that may have changed. Rushley, I hope you've kept those gunners on throughout.
Oh, believe me, I had them on throughout the entire thing, and it was these things that helped me see everything going on.
Yeah, but genuine question, take them off. Does the world look brighter now? Is everything like kind of, is it weird when it's not piss yellow?
Everything's blue.
Whoa.
Very blue.
Yeah.
Well, Rush,
So
I've given you a rating. I gave you a rating
Out of
from
100.
observing.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
what is out of 10?
Wild.
It's out of 10. The camera probably can't pick it up. No, the camera can't pick it. It's on
nice.
a white pad in a little bit of pen. But
Yeah, you might have to say that
it
one
says
out loud,
10. So 10 out of 10,
10?
and then there's a love heart, Rush, because you're a man after my heart, and I'm going to wear these glasses. They look as stylish on me as they do on Rush.
I can answer with conviction, yes.
Yeah,
They look as stylish on me.
on you.
I might take them off for the segment. I'll keep them on for when we watch the next game. So I want to be able to see all the action.
I'm glad you're doing that, man. Proud of you.
Thank you.
But we can move away from what we were looking through and what we were looking at.
Yes.
Just Na'Vi at the moment, because Na'Vi, like, I understand why, Lauren, you've a couple of times been like, oh, you know, this is NIP looking good, but you're like, how should I be concerned? Am I starting to sow seeds of Na'Vi doubt?
Right.
I genuinely don't, because
Not yet.
no, because I've been here before.
Okay.
I've been here before so many bloody times. And it's the first map they've lost, Simple's shouting at his teammates, it's reluctant fist bumps, it's a nightmare. And then they have a break, and then Simple starts off with 20 frags in the first 10 rounds. They smash their T-side double digits, then we're into the third map, we've forgotten about the first, and Na'Vi are actually through to the playoffs. You know, like, I've been there 1,000 times.
Okay.
I feel like we've done this before, and Alex has painted that picture very... Did you like anything from Na'Vi, Lauren?
They're fun to watch.
Okay, all right. I thought you were going to be like, yeah, no,
How many times can we say their individuals are good in a multitude of ways? I want to say more than that about a team that's one of the best in the world. Like, it's boring. It's a boring, overdone storyline. Yeah, Simple's great at the game. We're all surprised. We're there. We've done it. Yeah, we know Electronic can be good too. Well done.
Can I not
Another
be boring?
segment.
I know, Lauren.
Please give me something else. I don't want to sit here and say the same again.
Let me give you something. I got Skybox. I've been working, I've been tinkering, and I want to jump into this one here because it's backing up the point about NIP being thorough with their utility. So let's jump on in here. Let's kick this round off. This is the one where Electronic in the toilets here. He's going to get the double frag on Plomsky and Rez. Nice little lineup. You're about to see this one go on down. And you're thinking, oh, things are pretty good here. They're able to get this opening. This is after the first round that Na'Vi were able to post on the board. Going to swing the camera around. Simple gets a little bit audacious. He pushed forward. He's going to get killed. But what I actually want to do is go even further forward. Now, this kill that happens onto Boomich is a big one, right? That one happened. You guys loved that. But check out this, the utility. Flamey's rotated over onto the site. He's now on an island. The utility that's about to come in as this Molotov is subsiding is what I want to talk about. So we have Molotov over here towards the drop-down position, a smoke over towards CT spawn. And this is what's going to happen to Perfecto. He has to help Flamey. He pushes through this Molotov. He gets put down to 13 points of health, pushing the Molotov right here. And that's left Flamey low. Flamey's dead. And now Perfecto left in a situation that seems winnable. Nork and Hampus on 11 and 4 HP respectively. But Perfecto was on 100 HP before that Molotov. He's lost confidence going into this duel. Nork takes him out. And I just wanted to point out the nice utility usage there from NIP, facilitating damage they didn't even know they had done.
No, that's amazing. And
Bad for free, right?
Yeah, but the options Perfecto were given there because of the choice of the utility and the positions of it meant
Hide or help.
you either are in a 1v2 probably, or you're supporting him and you might have 10 HP.
Yeah.
God
Sucked,
damn.
right?
Yeah, smart play. Counter-Strike's fun when you think about it. And there's a lot of more thinking to be done. Of course, NIP threats cut behind them in the coach. Step into Na'Vi's turf next as we get back on track on Train.
Are you the biggest CSGO fan? Then look out for the DHL Drop Quiz and show off your incredible CSGO knowledge. Reply with the right answer in Twitch chat and track your position on our live leaderboard. Will you make it to the top and win €1,000 in prizes? Hashtag Gamers Unite.
Intel Gamer Days is on now. Whether you're looking to buy or build, now is a great time to upgrade. Get limited time offers and giveaways from top names in PC gaming. Unleash elite gaming performance with systems featuring new 10th gen Intel Core processors and bring Marvel's Avengers to life with in-game optimizations for a mightier PC experience. Act now. Intel Gamer Days is only here for a limited time.
You ready? Huh? Hey, he's a good boy, huh? You ready? Huh?
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
If you want to know what you're good at and, well, also what you suck at, check out csgohub.com. Coming!
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
On tap, getting rowdy on it, getting cloudy on it. Got me on the right track, you got me on it. Gonna do it like this, cause that's the way we want it. Gonna do it like this, gonna do it like that. Gonna do it like this, yeah, we never look back. The shots on my tap, everybody's on that, getting cloudy on it. Yeah, we do it like this, cause I like it like that, yeah. The motions, the super slow motion. It's time to lose your inhibition, developing a blind ambition. Fire it up, ignite it. I don't wanna fight it no more. I wanna see where this can go. I'm done with playing around, I know it. Yeah, we've nothing to lose. We're lost at the night. We're feeling alright. Just let it go. Gonna do it like this, gonna do it like that. Everybody's on that, gonna do it like
ESL 1 Cologne Online is brought to you in part by Intel, Mountain Dew Game Fuel, DHL, and GGBet.
Up against the ropes, Na'Vi, defending champions of ESL 1 Cologne, find themselves up against it. And of course, it's Train. What better battleground than Train for them to defend their honor and to defend their crown? NIP, the plucky underdogs, the Swedes, who have bared their teeth already on Overpass. And we prepare ourselves for battle once more. Is there any light at the end of the Train tunnel? It's time to find out. Na'Vi heading into war.
Ooh, a quick one here. Boomich out main. Molotov's already dropped, so looking to set a bit of a tone as the attack is over towards Ivy. Smoke's out late. Flash to follow.
A lot to do here, and only the first. Looks like we've still got a good bit of bite in the Na'Vi roster. Twist has cut them down to size, though, and so poor old Boomich can't get the bomb down. Perfecto responsible for it. Plenty of time in this round, but these long fights do favor the USPs, Lauren.
I certainly do, and I'm sure Boomich and co are well aware of it, trying to limit that distance, try and pull it to a more manageable area, and Perfecto gets up close, and maybe he can do some damage. He has. That's not bad, but look at the HP of Boomich.
Yeah, problematic. If he can get this bomb down, now we're cooking. That CT smoke does mean he can push in, but they respect it.
Ooh, this is so tentative on a knife's edge, really. You can see the kit right there too, so they're well aware that they can get hold of that. Perfecto going to go and sit by Pop. And it looks like Boomich might be the kind of sacrificial lamb to this.
Ooh, they even pick up a kit. That couldn't be any better timed. Na'Vi starting to be favored at this one. Perfecto with the P250 as well. Oh, Rez needs to find this one cleanly. They're running out of time. They're running out of time. That's the kit. And that should be the round. Twist getting just the one. It's not enough. It's insufficient. There is not enough time, and he's so convinced that it's Pop Dog. He should have just gone down, but I'm afraid it's all five of each side collapsing at the end of that one. Well played by Na'Vi to turn that around. It was an unfavorable 2v3 that ends with a 1 in their column.
So we have a unicorn round if nobody dies. What if everybody dies? Graveyard round?
The apocalypse round, yeah.
Apocalypse round. Just something real grim.
Yeah.
All right, so a couple of key notes here for NIP on the map of Train. Hampus is the inside anchor. Nork will be doing the primary AWPing duties. Plopsky likes to pick up the AUG on the CT side. Rez, aggressive in towards Pop Dog. And Twist, well, his job is over towards Ivy and back of 6 lane. So this force by coming on through here. 3 Deagles, a Scout, and a 5-7. Rez getting up into Pop straight away, so right on cue it seems.
Okay. And eventually I'll ask you the same question. I don't know how NIP look on this map that I asked kind of about Overpass and Na'Vi. That's nice, Rez. This Deagle. He does seem to have an affinity for finding simple too, and he does it again. That's 2 big kills. And suddenly the others are quite split apart, quite sporadic in approach. This is a bit of a nightmare. Look where the bomb is too. It's recoverable though, Alex.
Certainly is, Lauren. The smoke, Electronic is being quite the rascal. Rez's early frags with that Deagle really echoing through this. Can't keep a straight face with his glasses on. Electronic's got the frag. And Plopsky is going to go down as well. 3v3, but so damn low. Problematic. Bomb loose main, and they've known that the whole time. So Boomich on a retrieval mission. It should be impossible with an AK staring at it, and with an aim like Rez. There it is. Nice work.
That's 3 kills. This ain't bad.
He's going Ivy with Electronic. This is very interesting. Smoke will get them into the back lanes at least, but Hampus is here.
If he just plays spoiler, look at the time. 25 seconds? Ah, that's a kill.
Hello.
That's a freebie. Probably didn't expect the other. He might have been curious as to why he was backing away, but no matter which way you want to cut it, 18 seconds ain't much to work with.
It really isn't. I don't know if he can get across to backtrack, so he does. Just a momentary lapse. Nork's aware. 10 seconds. Molly's perfect. If he runs, knife out, he's got a plant here. Maybe not. Rez has arrived. Perfect timing.
No time,
but it is a safe plant. 4.5.
How?
Aiming. It's an extra 800 for every member of Na'Vi.
Very selfless play from Boomich right there. He could have just stayed, tried to fight the connector guy, see if the other individual wants to push forward. Obviously not too sure where he was. That would have given Rez the opportunity just to hold on to that AK and not need to make the kill. But what I'm talking about with that plant, you're stimulating the economy. And Na'Vi, they love a good force buy. Is Rez kicking it off with those 2 openings on the Deagle. Easy as you like. A third, and he finishes things off with that 4th onto Boomich here at the back of the bomb train inside. So good stuff from NIP to be able to win the force buy scenario. But they have to go through an arduous task of dealing with NIP on Deagles. Oh, sorry, Na'Vi on Deagles. Too many
N's.
Yeah. All right, you can see the force buy coming through. Flamey's been dropped over an AK. There's a MAC-10 on the floor. Other bits and bobs being tossed around, making sure everybody gets the weapon of choice.
So let's see that util set, the one that's been hammered into me. Front spawn, Molly. Second spawn, Flash. There they go, perfectly set up. And oh, Simple's hungry for some action. Straight in, recovers a rifle, wants to deliver it to his squad mate. He's like, Boomich, come on now. You know who I am. I'll be taking the Kalashnikov Danke Schön. Not German, so that would be weird.
Privyet.
Thank you. Smokes off Ivy.
Trying to think of any Russian that I know that is not vulgar.
Asvidanya.
What's thank you in Russian? It's spasiba, that's it.
Isn't that... What was Privyet?
I think it's hello.
Oh.
That's a dirty word is what you said. No.
Yikes.
Could be. Let's tread carefully. Rez will have to after being flashed by his teammate.
Okay, look. Someone at home who's from like CIS. Where is borscht from? I can't remember where it's from. It's a good like soup. It's like a really red, like beetrooty soup. It's really, really good. But I can't remember which like region it's actually from. All that weirdness aside, it has kind of accumulated towards this B hit. Now
he's going up. He's going up.
Of course he is.
Electronics there.
Gonna get a freebie.
Rez is feeling very free and maybe a little too much so, but Hampus has to hold this down, but about to get overwhelmed. 3 more players pouring his way.
Oh, well played. The first 2. Teammate Nork taking Simple down, and the nade will do good damage. 20 shaved off of Flamey's 60, so now forced to relocate with the Flames. Twist, this flank is everything, and Electronic's not looking. Now is prime time. He's going to upgrade to the AK for the final frag. Flamey to clutch. Certainly not impossible. 2 different angles of assault. He needs a clean kill onto this AWP player. The spray's good. Nork working with a little now. Smokes and kits on them. If he could deploy that smoke, they can still contribute from the grave. And eventually found. Nork does get it, and that is a defuse second round for NIP. Look how close that came, though. Contributions across the board.
Briefly, I did get a message through the wire about Stunner doing something.
Oh, yeah.
Is there something going on out there?
So on the social medias in the quarantine cam, we know that Stunner has been keeping you all entertained, especially on the Insta. So if you want to head over to his Instagram, @Stunner, I believe it is, he's giving away a HOW pin. So there's some goodies over there for everybody at home.
Yeah. I think he said to me the only message he needs is pin please.
Pin please.
Yeah. PL said, you know, you really don't have to be particularly, you know, artistic with it.
Please, pin please.
Pin please.
Whatever you fancy,
pin,
really.
Please, whatever.
Just get involved.
This is a fast force buy coming out here from Na'Vi, or a partial. They've half poured into this one with the standard out smokes. We've got a 5-lane smoke, some Molotovs are plenty, and through Ivy they go.
Just about gonna go. There we are. Makes it through in the end and into the loving arms of Plopsky. Image is down. And I'm a bit worried about Plopsky. He could be isolated here, but he's got the support of Nork again. This guy's really good at that complementary style, but Flamey's success is gonna keep them worried.
Yeah, it does. You're bang on. From the 2 games or the 2 maps we've seen so far, you know, we've seen evidence that Nork is always in a position to support the weakness. You know, like if there is for their rifler a weakness to the choice they've made, Nork tends to be the one propping it up. The retreats on overpass, the Olaf line from train, he's got it covered so they can play the close sandwich angle.
He actually got that kill from top heaven. So he was up heaven looking through the tight little gap that you can see in towards sandwich, making sure that Plopsky at least had a little bit of help. And in the previous, I was thinking about highlighting it, but he was the reason that Hampus was able to stay a little bit safe on that bomb train inner, getting a kill from the players coming out high ramp, taking the pressure off. So good stuff there from Nork in the early stages. 3-1 now as the barrage of utility comes on over yet again. Hampus is going through, but the flash will make him think better of committing too hard.
Some of these gamers, man, 2020 Counter-Strike, it does seem like people have seen the benefits of being aggressive, and that's a disadvantage. It spreads, and it's horrible. Perfecto, he tucked into the corner, false sense of security, and now he's crispy.
Oh, these molly spreads have been so deadly as of late. I don't know what it is. Has there been a change to them?
Well, that's calculated, and he knows that if anyone's in that corner, they get this false sense, it spreads, and you've got to run through the whole thing to escape.
So the key with the Molotovs is as the longer they're on the ground, the more damage it does, and the last spread that it does, when it
really
ticks you,
ticks.
the last two, yeah, you're doing like 30 damage with just 2 ticks there. So you can see how unlucky Perfecto was.
Twist is really on the verge here of either a great bit of work or, I guess, a worrying bit of info. 2 players now open on Ivy. They can go wherever they fancy here.
Rez really is going to have to do a lot with a little here, because Plopski's going to have to make a choice. Simple Electronic already out Ivy, and as that smoke fades, there is a lot of space. Plopski has nowhere to hide. This is his best of a bad situation. He knows his teammates got popped, so he can be concerned and prioritize Ivy. 20 seconds, Na'Vi, you're making me nervous here.
Where's the bomb? Boomich. Okay, there we go. Rez is gone. That was the player towards Pop. But look at Hampus. He's quick on the tail. Now they see a little bit more. Plopsky going down, though, makes this problematic as Hampus and Nork. What? How is Hampus able to do so much right now? These last 2 players actually cut. Oh, Hampus, that is sick work!
Absolutely phenomenal. Hampus gets the timing bang on. They're planting open, and Na'Vi punished for running down the clock again. I wish this wasn't the first time I was saying it, but it certainly is not. Let's see this one again. This is how Perfecto lost his life. The perfect spread. 30 ticks towards the end. I appreciate that insight, Chad. But it was Hampus that really wins it. Not only this, but they're planting at 10 seconds left. He's got enough time to underhand a flash and take a safe long-range MP9 peek, getting them both. They can't believe it. A roar.
He can't believe it.
Erupting from the NIP camp.
There's just so many positions that they had to worry about there. Boomich not really knowing where to plant, but open to pop. Didn't feel like the right answer whatsoever. We've got the eco coming out here. And, well, 2 frags have already fallen, so we might get an opportunity to take a little bit of stock here. I don't think that Perfecto's Zeus will be getting much use. He is over towards the top of the Pop Dog, an inside push. Doesn't work from that range, mate, let me tell you.
And who was the player on Na'Vi that impressed you with, like, the SMGs? I swear you mentioned someone. Oh, the irony of that. Oh, that's a little stinger, isn't it? That's a little bitter pill.
So the thing to look for here as we move forward is how well they're able to deal with some of these yard takes. In the previous, it felt like the Death Squad, Electronic and Simple had done enough. You know, they
Ivy.
Yeah, and the way that teams are doing that now, you can see they're smoking off towards the back of the 6 train to obscure bomb train vision. They're Molotoving out the cutout position, and then they're walking up, clearing sandwich and close main from there, which puts the CTs between a rock and a hard place. So I like the new approach we are seeing from teams on a map like Train. There's even a smoke on the front page of Reddit at the moment, the twist throw on Train the other day from Ivy.
I saw that one.
Yeah, it goes all the way over. And the great thing with that smoke is that there's no real tell because it's going over the CT's heads and yard. They're not going to be seeing that one there. And then it just lands on the connector position and you're hitting the inner side bomb site without having to give away too many tells from the box holes. So we'll see if that one comes into play when NIP make it over towards that T
Rush
side.
will be on the case. A 10 out of 10 observer by Chad's accreditation.
Well,
he'll be on it.
I spend a lot of time with Rush in the digital realm, so I'm the #1 Rush fan, I think.
We are the Rush fan club, don't worry.
Yeah, he's trying to...
He's in adverts, he's on shows, he's in gunners, he's got it all. Alex does.
Alex has put his gunners on now, see if he can
see if I cast better. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Go on then, whole round. Give us this whole round. Go on.
I gotta get these right.
Have a bit. Look at this aggression.
All right, now we're gaming. So's Plopski charging into Simple's AWP. He's got a partner in crime, and it's the both of them. Simple Electronic immediately seizing control of round 7. We need a difference maker here. Could be very well be Twist. He's got 2 players, 2 targets, nothing to report. The spray from Hampus falling flat. Nork under pressure won't be doing much with that, and already the second converted. Seems Na'Vi, all they needed was 2 opening kills from their star players, and they can convert around.
Exactly. That's what we're telling you, everybody at home. As long as Simple and Electronic get the kills, they win the rounds. Remember in that first half of Overpass, there was 3 out of the 4 rounds that they won where Simple had a double kill and they converted them? It's simple maths.
So, I mean, it's going to make casting it pretty boring, but we can basically tell you if Na'Vi are going to win, whether or not, like, the round, if Simple Electronic has got a frag.
Yeah.
Great.
Well,
How was casting in the glasses, by the way?
I don't know, honestly, they're not for me, just because of the, I've got very sensitive sides of my head. I get headaches with sunglasses on.
Really? Wow, okay, hold on. The win condition, the win factor. It wasn't Simple getting the opening kill, but I guess Perfecto did. And it was with the assistance of Simple, so we're on the right page here.
Fortunately, Lauren, the correlation suggests that this doesn't translate into a victory yet.
Still time.
Theory does not prepare or account for this. Now we're talking. Electronic finds
There it is.
It's only looking more promising now, jumping across safely as well.
So last time around, NIP decided to stack yard after they lost the opening frags. This round is playing a little bit slower. As you can see, Na'Vi don't actually have any yard control right now. They've postured up. They're waiting for an aggressive move over towards Ivy.
Control.
It's a good call because if they do go yard, they will just be able to save. Keeping Nork towards Connector, he can get a deep kill. This smoke right here will be going towards the back of the 6 train, which will give them cover to be rotating around.
It's not the, okay, I saw someone do a really geeky one, which lands on the little ledge above the ladder, and you can actually see legs on 6, and it's really, really spicy. Not the one.
Now Nork will rotate in, and they'll do their best to hold on to these weapons. The question is, do Na'Vi want to hunt? 30 seconds left on the clock. The bomb will be going down probably within the next 10. They just want to make sure that they cross their T's and dot their I's. No sneaky CTs trying to spoil this one. The money's starting to look better, and now the net, well, it's been put on out. So we have Flamey above Pop still. He can start to apply pressure. We're on screen with Electronic, who can push towards CT spawn there as well. But do they want to give up these guns? They're establishing a bit of a bank right now on that Na'Vi side of things. And if they go for this and they lose too many, well, it might hurt them in future rounds. But allowing NIP to hold on to these rifles, the AWP in the hands of Nork, they will get another bite, another crack. Boomich is sniffing something out, isn't he?
Looks like Boomich will at least be the first to come down those stairs. Nork holding the line. About now, if I was Boomich. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That's the first. Electronic baited in, but he goes down too. Nice angles held by the ninjas, and it doesn't look like anyone's close for the hunt either, so we will be seeing 3 weapons saved and brought into the next. Keeps them very competitive into this one. Let's see Perfecto's opening kill.
Just the bottom there. Bit of arse amnesia from Rez. I know those feelings.
Chad.
I'm sitting here, I gotta activate it.
Yeah, so if anyone was wondering what Chad just referenced there was some really horrible news. I'm surprised he's making light of it. But to be bringing up a condition like that, Chad, Chad's ass is scientifically
asleep, I guess.
Yeah. And it aggression from, oh my goodness, Boomich. He's fluffed his lines there. He's thrown the script out the window. And Hampus giggling his way to an opening kill.
Hampus almost asleep at the wheel. Picks back up, unlike Chad's butt.
You need to get the CPR kit out. Onto Chad's buttocks, but
we've really talked a lot about Chad.
Honestly, it's just, I can't believe that he's actually scientifically, categorically got a granddad ass.
He doesn't have the wagon.
No, I'm hauling wagon.
You got the wagon.
Thanks, darling.
You're welcome. What's wrong with us?
Thank God this isn't what we're going to be talking about for the next minute, because there's a whole lot of Counter-Strike transpiring here. Weapon retrieval from Plopsky, and he has managed to get away with that. And if he tucks in, Chad, I'm excited, because that locks down the main prong of this Ivy pincer.
Did he hear a step?
He certainly heard something. Was fake steps. They start to regroup. Plopsky holding the line. He drops that smoke. If they continue to rot this clock, I'm going to scream.
Simple's going to flash for him, right?
He's going to hear these pins pulled. Perfecto can, excuse me, who is it? Plopsky can just underhand his smoke.
He stacked 5 yard here.
Oh, this is weird.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Get the first. They're locked in. They've got no time. They're grey screen. This is a nightmare. Somebody needs to put a straight-up analog clock on Boomich's desk so he can just watch those seconds transpire, watch them pass, because making the call with such little map control has cost Na'Vi the round.
Look at the guns right now on the NIP side of things. 4 AK-47s. It couldn't be any better for them, and AWP in the hands of Nork. That was with those saved guns we were just talking about here.
He didn't even have armor, did he?
No, they were taking a save into this one, those 2 individuals. There's just pistols behind for Rez and Plopsky. So it was literally 3 saved guns. Remember the opening that Hampus got? He should have gone down. He should have gone down to Boomich. This is how it all started. The in-game leader, he goes down, he flaunts his lines, and then Plopsky just melts them away there. That was very good call there, Alex. You nailed that one.
Thank you.
You can get a 10 rush cut.
I'd like a gold star. Can I have a gold star?
Gold stars are in the lantern for making sure you guys tidy up and do the dishes and put the bins out. You get gold stars for doing good stuff.
Real.
Yes, there is.
That's not real. That's not healthy.
Laminated
That's weird. This is weird too. Boomich.
Oh, yikes.
He's having a mare. He tried to go back in, maybe shake it off instantly, and it's gone terribly wrong. We do see an adjustment coming out. It looks... Oh, Rez caught that one. Yeah, he has to back away from this. One more nade, anything, and he'd be isolated and probably dead.
Twist pushed Ivy and saw that it wasn't clear because he got his head taken off, so that is a little bit of a problem right now. And with this extra space that Na'Vi have taken, things get dangerous for NIP now. Never mind.
What the hell is this?
I mean, he's had this individual aim throughout his arrival in the NIP jersey, but it does seem like he's definitely been marinating in the threat, patience prevails mantra. This guy definitely... You put the right aim with the right brain, you do seem to be having a star in the making. Plopsky, let's not forget, watching NIP win DreamHack Masters Malmo from the stage, from the audience, excuse me. And now battling for a playoff spot in the very same team.
So what's Simple alive? And as much as, yes, we take the piss a bit out of it a little bit, he can be a game changer. Not this round. Nork again. I feel like he's such a safe pair of hands. I know that phrase is drastically overused, and we used to say it about a lot of the Na'Vi team. But for now, I do want to say I don't see Nork as being this crazy flashy AWPer.
Oh, he is.
We haven't seen it this game though, have we?
Wait till you.
Have we seen it this game?
No,
Chad?
you're right. It hasn't happened just yet.
In the supportive.
Does he need to do it yet? They're 7-3 up.
He's chilling. Oh, this guy's got 3 pairs of sunglasses on the right.
Wait, that said Sponge. What did it say?
Oh, did it?
Something Steined?
Look at the guy on the bottom right.
Proposal for Trace.
Wait, that was Stunner?
No, well, potentially.
That was a big forehead.
Wife.
That was like a 5-head.
All right.
Stunner.
So Guns will be brought back out here for that of Na'Vi as they take their first tactical timeout here of map number 2. Just a quick point. This is an elimination match. The loser of this is out of ESL 1 Cologne.
Look, in the back of my mind, I'm just waiting for Na'Vi to come online, right? It's the same as Overpass. I'm going to sit here, and it feels like that switch goes, you know, in the right place, and suddenly we've got frags every round, and they just have this kind of brute force style. But can I start being a bit worried now at 7-3?
Yes. At this point, if we don't see Na'Vi convert their next full weapon round, which obviously I'm going to count this one as, given the fact that they've fully invested, they've got Simple on the AWP, they've got everything they need. It looks like they're going to be having an earlier look towards Brown Horse, take some of that control away, and a little bit of a slower pace. It's nice to see. Boomich hasn't bounded into Pop Dog. Does mean that it's been actively held by Rez. He'll be hearing any sound cues that they do make now.
Nork's rotating towards inner already here, so they will have 2 players on the B bomb site.
Rez! Okay.
How is he alive? There's 3 of them there.
They had the molly in their hand and an AWP, but didn't want to take the shot. But now Twist has drawn blood. Electronic's gone. He's safe from the molly, and they're going to just... No, don't just all in. Don't just go on a smoke.
Here.
Hampus can slaughter.
Oh, God. Oh, God. What the hell was that, Hampus? He might have just added that nail to the coffin, banging it down. This is not a good look. I'm in the worried camp now. There it is. That's what I'm going to call it.
The worried camp?
Yep.
Chad just thinks this is another day in the office.
I really like watching NIP play.
I'm not used to this, right? When I left, Na'Vi looking great, a couple of hiccups here and there, rebuilding the roster. I've dipped in every now and then. Simple, best in the world. You know, now...
Well, the ninjas you remember, Lauren, they're in a retirement village at the moment, having a good time.
Is that Dignitas?
I wasn't going to say the name.
There's something ironic about Dignitas. There is like a clinic that actually is like... It helps those matters.
You guys have a different experience with Dignitas than most, so...
I mean, okay.
Aggressive Ivy smoke from Twist here, as the double AWP setup is out. And they are trying to isolate him and see if they can find a pick. So they will need to respect this early. We have 2 above Pop, bomb down towards T main. 3 with Simple on the hero AK, seeing if he can be the hero. Nade over towards the top of ladder, won't get any damage done.
Chad, can I correct you there? That was 1 point of damage done, actually.
Sorry.
On 99 now.
Analysts.
Watch that somehow have ramifications into this round.
So when pressure has been applied here on Twist, he actually moved away towards back of bomb. Well, there's a nade kill. And Plopsky's taken over the Ivy duties because he knows it could be more pistols, which he can deal with that a little bit better than the AWP can. So they still continue to apply pressure on this side of the map. It isn't working so far. And now they have 2 of them ready for this.
Just will take that first shot, and he's got Plopsky perfectly positioned to catch the trade. Oh dear. Simple wasn't ready for that, but it doesn't matter when his precision is on. His game is on. He's taken out. And now with the bomb loose, Hampus retreating. A fantastic connection. Flamey needed that. That's going to give him space. Looking for the plant. Electronic through the pincer on Z. Safe plant being adopted from Flamey. I like that. He can push deep on that. Oof, the nade was perfectly placed.
Oh, they predicted that. I'm impressed that they were still being so aware of it. But it's Flamey in the 1v2. Bomb planted, but he's behind enemy lines, and I like this adjustment.
Theorycraft with me, Lauren. He's got 30 HP and no armor. He has to use the time. It can't be his bullets here.
He needs that extra teammate, right?
No, it's not enough. I thought that would be enough to call it clear. It was a poor plant for him. But there it is. That will be 9 for the NIP boys. It does look like that victory that they've been aspiring to throughout the year up against Na'Vi. So close, 16-14, 16-13. They've been getting closer every time, but it seems the breaking point could very well be now. Na'Vi frustrated, flustered, and plenty of fans gathered here to prepare. What's he doing?
What is Stan doing? Is this like the signed thing at the
Simple's
front?
glass? How has he got Simple's glass?
He gets deliveries. He gets deliveries every day. He gets like little care packages and stuff.
What the hell?
Yeah, just to keep him sane.
Wait, are these fast flashes? Okay, no. I thought they were going quick then.
Just your usual Hive Train and E-Bot smoke. Out he goes, and that's a star. Gone. Muted. High res. Perfecto. Great catch. Only his 4th frag. Now we could be onto something. Nork, he's been playing Heaven consistently. He often feels like a bit of a one-and-done position, certainly with an AWP, but let's see if he can catch Boomich with that bomb. He's about to be making his self known. He does. And then Hampus can swing out in response.
He's been just dominating that area, hasn't he? It looks like every single time Nork gets that kill. Now it's Flamey and Simple. Once again, these two in a bit of a spot of bother. Nork. Oh, that's lovely work from him. Clear, concise, and now Simple isolated. Nork knows better than to try and play into the hands of Simple. The man is obviously truly revered as one of the best for a very good reason. You gotta respect it. You can see the air of caution on NIP. They take their time, they respect the man, but you can tell as to why. Now, I get scared. I still get scared. Those little flicks Simple sometimes does that.
I live in a world when Simple's still alive, that anything is possible, because he just has such an awareness of the map and the rotations. You can see he was already starting to swing over towards that position, getting out of dodge. But look, the plant's great. The loss bonus is obviously ticking on up here. And if we're going to be real about this situation, Na'Vi still have a chance in this map. It doesn't look good. It hasn't felt great. But if they can convert 1 or 2 of the next 2 rounds, they're going into the second half competitive, right? This is Train. We know it is a CT bias map.
Yeah, just watching that replay as well, you can see that was actually a very good correlation from Plopsky's spray. If he'd have jumped, if he had have missed a couple, Simple's safe for the repeat. That gets nasty. So very important pickup. 10, you're absolutely bang on, Chad, and I don't want to kind of breeze over your statement there. This is not the end of the world for Na'Vi. This is T-side Train. It's their map pick. However, here comes Devil's Advocate. You've already outlined that it's their T-sides typically where they get a lot of the dirty work done. Their CT sides often are plagued by more communication issues or this incentive to be the aggressor follows them into their defense. So we'll bear that in mind. Into the 14th, though, we are seeing a bit more of a default spread. Simple's going to go searching. Twist is on the AWP alongside Nork, and their double AWP is one that I often forget. Evades the flash perfectly, and he loses a teammate. He loses his life. The coordination, something as simple as a flash push, and now whittling away at Na'Vi. There's very little left. Just old Flamey. Flame Dogger descending the ramp and meeting Nork's AWP. That's 11.
Just quickly, Na'Vi are on a 5-map winning streak on Train, right? 2 of those wins were against Gambit Youngsters, 1 was against Hard Legion, the other was against Virtus Pro, and the most recent against a dilapidated Mouse Sports. But in all of those maps, they've had pretty massive hauls on their T side. So, yeah.
Do you see the cruel irony of Hobbit standing in for Gambit
They lost
Youngsters?
their first game.
They bring in not a youngster, an oldie, into the Gambit Youngsters roster, and they break their 35...
30, yeah, it was something like 31,
38 maps
along that line,
unbeaten record.
Oh.
Poor guys. I don't think that counts. In their books...
It wasn't the full
different roster,
Yeah,
yeah.
super back in there.
Get him in.
Regardless, every time I say super...
Okay, can we... I need to wake up because I almost feel like it's inevitable that Na'Vi come back, but right now, they're not. We're 11-3. This is the second map, and they are not a map to the good.
Certainly not.
So if there's pressure to be felt, if there's a moment to come online, it has to be now. And everything counts now. We can't have around here or there. Yes, these individuals are just outstandingly talented, but by God, do you need a couple more? Come on, Na'Vi, there's more in the tank than this.
Hampus wants to take it straight out of the equation. Look at his aggression into the halls, round after round, against tier 1 opposition. Na'Vi in need of the final round of this first half. Second map, first game of our 7th day. Perfecto onto Plopsky. That's the first blood they were hoping for. What's Rez's response? A smoke towards Pop. Right in the corner, locks them down. That's 15 seconds where they can no longer vie for control of that map. Nice flash, puts Perfecto on notice. Crawling towards Ivy, whose responsibility is that? With the loss of Plopsky, it's kind of fallen to Rez, I suppose. He is in a prime position to be doing it.
They have to deal with this. This is simple and electronic right here. If Twist and Rez can take these two down, it could be the round right here.
Yeah, Twist on the verge of smoke. Rez is there. They've read it. They've positioned, I'd say, well. Oh my God, they got both of them. But Boomich was the additional element. We hadn't had him there before, really. And now he comes online. The last two players hauling ass from B. They are making it over. An unconventional positioning maybe could be a problem. Let's see what Nort can do here.
I really liked the choice they made there around Ivy. I'm sure Chad's got a skybox in mind for that one, but very, very cool decision regardless. Bomb will be down and not contested. The smoke lasted just long enough to deter Nork. His frag onto Flamey's everything here, though. Gets the info. Hampus can deal with it. Oh, but Perfecto's on the red train
Beautiful
as well.
made.
Moving to green. Flash out E-box. Boomich to burn. They're playing this so well. He has to move into the line of fire. Nope. Finds a safe haven. Covered by the... Oh, Hampus! Sensational! That's a big win. 18 frags to his name. He has not died. He does not surrender. 12. What a way to round out the half. Na'Vi had it on a plate and he's knocked it out of their hands. We'll be right back with potentially a very fast end to our second map.
Cause nobody else is showing any empathy. Rudely awake and quite undertaken. Did I do something wrong? Life isn't easy. Why did you leave me here with my thoughts alone? I don't wanna wake up messed up, cause I can spend another day like this. Another type of caked up breakup, where I've been finding any way to my fix. But I know I need you now, cause I don't wanna be around. No, I don't wanna wake up messed up. There's gotta be another way past this. I'm so sorry that I didn't go to therapy. Thinking everybody, even you's an enemy. Brutally awake and quite undertaken. Did not do nothing wrong. Life isn't easy. Why did you leave me here to get drunk alone? And I don't wanna wake up messed up, cause I can spend another day like this. Another type of caked up breakup, where I've been finding any way to my
Alarm bells ring in Na'Vi HQ, and quite the contrary for NIP. They're 4 rounds away from doing what they haven't been able to this year. That's beating Na'Vi in a Tier 1 tournament. No more Tier 1 than ESL 1 Cologne. It is online, and already the defending champions have given themselves a near impossible task. Myself, Pansy, and Sponge here to watch this car crash happen live in slow motion. NIP have caused it. They have put the oil on the road. It is a disaster at the moment. GG.bet have started to hang up their mouse and keyboard as well for the Na'Vi hopes and dreams. We are into it though, jiggling for the smoke. Electronic given the responsibility of Ivy, but it's not in the NIP playbook. A different plan in mind here, Lauren, looking to set it in motion with the util on Hampus.
Just to note, there's no defuse kit in play here for Na'Vi, but they're playing retake towards the inner bomb site. They are going to have to get a wriggle on, and this was that smoke I was talking about.
Cool. So check this one out. This is what Chad was saying. Those CTs will see this one.
That's a bonus for Rush.
And as we bounce in, it's going to land right where it needs to. Bang on cue. And Flamey's just going to have to respect it. Flashed off, smoked off, and the plant can happen in a 5v5. We're going to have a full 5v5 retake if Rez is a little more careful. Charging forward, he wants to take space here, and he's found a gap. Straight through the connector, it was smoked. He knows he can exploit it, diving down, in trouble, in jeopardy, and allowed to escape from the suppressing shots of Plopsky. It's still 5v5.
I love this aggress because it almost plays in Twist potentially. Down the line, we'll see how much damage he can do, but they have to hold them back, and for now they succeed. Perfecto falls, and Plopsky double dips.
Oh!
Don't get the best of Simple like that. Flamey still stands. Here we go. Rez, tall, large, and in charge on the side, doing the dance with Simple. And again, Simple still stands a 1v2 now.
Oh, that
Backs
ding.
up Hampus, gets on the bomb, but no kit times. Ticket, he's done for. And this might be Na'Vi done for. I'm beyond worried now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm afraid by winning that pistol with such a fantastic call, a fantastic smoke, they've really made a meal of this, Na'Vi. That gap, Chad's saying, yes, they can close it at any point. Jeez Louise, no. Putting a P250 on the sniper's hands in the pistol. That was a raid boss, if you will. He had the Kevlar vest and the P250, and you can see what Hampus was doing with that pistol. What a cool pistol round. I'd like to watch that one again, just to see all the moving pieces. We're getting straight into it, though. It's Na'Vi forced by with their hopes and dreams of an ESL 1 Cologne title, really in the balance. Okay, info.
I guess there's 4 of them here. I'm trying to find the silver lining, and
this is it. This is done.
It is done.
This is done because that was a force buy where they've only found 1 kill. Perfected with a deagle, locked in pop. He can't get into yard, smoked off. They know his position. They can chase him down. Take that out of his hands. That's the arm of the deagle gone. Next round, the loss bonus, 2,400. What do? You're already looking at 15. Do you buy again? Do you go for the first gun round? Do you play for overtime? Do you battle back knowing you're only 2 rounds away from elimination from the entire tournament? You haven't even put up a fight on your own map pick. NIP have made you look silly.
This is a fantastic embodiment of Counter-Strike this year. The results in the past mean nothing. Only as good as your last result. Everyone's hungry for what you've had or what you want. I mean, everyone's looking for the same thing. And so a half buy will just be a Desert Eagle for Flamey. And Simple, hoping that that can be enough. But you know, we talked about how meticulous the NIP roster are. They're well aware of this financials burden. They're well aware that their advantages lies within a pack mentality here. You've got Hampus, who has proven himself time and time again. And you can see the furrowed brow of Boomich on that Zeus, just hoping and praying he gets a freebie, a weapon delivered to his front door.
Here we go. First test. It's got to be incredible, and it's not. It's anything but. It's swept away in a moment. Electronic is next in line. Maybe he has a shot at this. Behind the smoke, kept safe for now. The T's continue. Good work towards North. Still a couple more shots. Nabs the rifle. He wants this. He's going to try and tear him apart by himself. A great job on one. Gets overzealous. Tries to dive into them. And suddenly a 2v2, but bear in mind the rifles, the armor, the bomb. The T's have all of this, and they've got half of the map to themselves.
Yeah, perfect use of that Molotov, which enables them to know with a shadow of a doubt that this bomb can go down uncontested. Very loud. They know Perfecto's on his flank. And elsewhere, Boomich has recovered the rifle that Electronic has already used to great success.
They might even think about saving these. I know it sounds ridiculous, but there's no kid in play. The next gun round is going to be very, very weak. Nope, they're going for it. Never mind.
Gosh, it really is an impossible retake. Unless, Twist got one tapped. Now Perfecto. Maybe he wants to get that away with that AK. He's made enough audio, and I'm afraid he's really going to be questioned. Rez has to hunt him down. It's a little upgrade to an AK for him, and wow. NIP look to continue their road here at ESL 1 Cologne. Na'Vi not really voicing any concerns on their map pick, and that is strange. First, the complexity loss. It had many.
And that's so I feel that's okay though. I feel like when you look at complexity, you go, they're on a high note right now. This makes sense. We can put that in a box and say, fair enough. This?
I mean, not only did they not beaten Na'Vi this year, they've barely 16-3. Yeah, this is actually going to be the biggest stomp we'll have seen Na'Vi concede in some time. If it finishes here, it may not. Perfecto with just one. That's not going to house them. That's not going to contain them. Passive approach. Nox already got them locked down. The bomb's being planted. And Simple, his rotate is being held. Okay, careful now. Plopsky has the flank.
No kid again. Put a bow on it.
Stick a fork in it. It's done. Two members of Na'Vi, now just one black and yellow jersey. It's all done. Defending champions dethroned in the group stages. And it's the plucky Swedes, the new look NIP, that take the win.
Let's take our time right now, it's just a vibe with you. I feel alive, now I'm feeling like Up to the fun, will it stand the test of time? Right now I need a sign. Tell me if it's over, come a little closer. We should take our time to think this damn thing over. Should we grow closer? Should this be over? My heart for your mind, probably we should start over.
Ninjas in Pyjamas, Natus, Vincere in an elimination match, and my goodness, is it over quickly. I did not expect to be sitting here in the post-match, the post-game of Na'Vi NiP so quickly, and it is an open and shut case on Na'Vi's pick. It was Train and a 16-3, the smiles beaming ear to ear, the fans and players alike, maybe even my desk hosts and friends. It is Chad Birchall and, of course, Lauren Scott hanging out with myself, Machine. We've got Na'Vi NiP to dissect, and as well, of course, setting the scene for the rest. But this is going to be quite the blow to the bracket, Chad. We've just lost defending champions in the group stage.
Yeah, and in a fashion that I don't think anybody was expecting, right? The fact that their own map choice was not competitive shows me that there are some bigger woes going on that Na'Vi side of things. And Lauren, what you were talking about before is bang on, right? It can't just be two players of the team who we're talking about every single time. You have Blade there as a coach. You have very, very handy players. Flamey's super experienced by this point. Boomich is somebody who we've seen a lot of skill out of. Perfecto, safe pair of hands, if we want to use that terminology again.
Love it.
It should be better than what we're seeing right here.
Right.
I've just worked it out.
Okay.
Oh, God, here we go.
I solved it.
He's done
I
it.
know how to fix CIS Counter-Strike.
Tell me.
Well, we're going to grab fours, Jerry,
Yep.
Exapower,
Okay.
Almeza, a role player,
Okay.
and then we throw in Simple Electronic.
You want to get rid of the other three?
Jamal.
Okay, well, it's aggressive. And look, I've thought a lot about CIS Counter-Strike, and there's a lot of good players over there. Unfortunately, I don't know right now if we have to discuss the dynamic of which maybe we don't build the team around Simple and Electronic anymore, right? Maybe we have to go in a different way. Maybe we force them into a box that they're not comfortable with. Maybe this is just an off day. Maybe I'm getting too far ahead of myself. Maybe I need to stop saying maybe.
Maybe. But what I do want to make sure we're outlining, and the reason that this is stemming from it is because this is becoming a bit of a trend. I'm sure fans as well as players alike, including the players in the Na'Vi jersey, are tired of being they can't say in the same way that, you know, a team like NIP could come into a game and say, yeah, you know, we're prepared. Because unfortunately, the
how do you prepare?
Precisely. There is some holes in this squad. And I just watched a team that was clearly coordinated in every single round we watched. And I just saw them kind of humiliate a world beater. It's kind of crazy. Watching this Train game, Lauren, seeing them read the Ivy stack up in off angles as the smoke fades and get multi-kills, like it was impossible for Na'Vi to win this map.
I know, and I get it's online, and I know that's what a lot of people will say. But I'm a little tired of hearing it too. If everyone's in that environment, it's not just here everyone's in this situation right now. So it doesn't count as an excuse.
This North frag movie, man. I mean, if we put his and Hampus's together over the series and taking a look at the full series.
Kills, bud.
Yeah, 45. He's got head and shoulders above everyone else in the server. We do actually have a chance to have a Ninja on for the interview. I'm not sure who we've got. We kind of said anyone. I want Threat, I want Hampus or Rez.
Let's see.
Who do we get? Who is the victim of this interview? We're about to find out as they're calling us in live. We've got Rez. Oh, fantastic. Hello, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Wow, wonderful. Dude, first things first, really, really enjoyed watching the Counter-Strike you guys were playing today. Really a joy to watch. Was it a joy to play?
Yeah, it was really fun. We all left and yeah, had a good time.
Yeah, you seem to be maintaining a good team dynamic. The first kind of thing I have to ask you about is your Train. I imagine you were expecting and preparing heavily for Navi's pick of Train.
Not really. We didn't expect Train at all because we're fairly strong on it and they know it. So we were surprised when they picked it, and we just played like we always do in practices, and it worked really well.
Were you expecting Inferno for them to pick? Maybe try and punish you a bit there?
Yeah, probably Inferno.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised not to see that come through too.
Or
But
Nuke,
Rez,
yeah, or Nuke. You were ready for Nuke, sorry.
No, that's all right. Well, they gave you that one as the third. You didn't even have to get there, mate. But I just wanted to reflect on your overpass game. It was insane, right? You only had 16 kills, but you still managed to have 101 points of ADR. And you actually were the highest rated player for your team in that one right there. But you weren't smashing the scoreboard. That was Hampus towards the top. You guys are always so tidy on a map like Overpass. Why do you guys feel so comfortable on that map?
I don't know, like this, it's a map I always liked in my whole career, and as well as an NIP, we all like have something for that map, and we all enjoy playing it. So I don't know, it just fits us really well, maybe in our game plan.
Okay, so now you've had a bit of extra time with Hampus. Before the break, you guys obviously had just changed in-game leader. Now he's settling in. Now he's topping the scoreboard for you guys. Are things starting to trend in the direction that you want? That's look, that seems like a silly question considering that scoreline, but are you guys happy with where you're at right now, or can you get even better?
Definitely, I think we can get better. I think we're still like kind of new in the way we play. We're still like optimizing stuff, and like this is like a new NIP, I would say. Like we're still configuring stuff, developing our like strats and stuff like that. So I think we can be much better in the future.
Okay, and I got one more for you, Matt, because at the desk here, we're looking at Na'Vi. We're going simple electronic. You know, they've got a really good foundation. Blade there is the coach behind them. They should be a bit more strategical. And then as an analyst who's watched Counter-Strike pretty much every single day of my life for the last couple of years, I'm sitting there and go, what the bloody hell is going wrong with Na'Vi? So you can have an analyst, I guess, audition for us right now. What do you think is going wrong with Na'Vi?
I don't know. I don't think it's really wrong with them that much, because I think we surprised them a lot on a lot of corners, because we have played them a few times, and this is a NIP they have never met before, I think. So they got pretty shocked.
Okay.
I would say
Rez,
in that way.
You're giving me so many lines to shout when you continue to run through those playoffs. But congratulations on qualifying the new NIP, and you're continuing to find your feet there. Great stuff, man. Thank you for the interview.
Thank you. See you guys.
Awesome stuff. Okay, so NIP qualify.
No, they need one more.
Really? It's right there. It says qualified on my screen.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, I think they need one more.
I think it's OG Mad Lions is the other one in that lower bracket for a qualification spot. I think for once I might be right, unless Liquipedia's wrong.
I'm going to let you have it. I'm going to say that I didn't do my due diligence today. I thought we have one more game for them to play, but...
No, it makes sense. Na'Vi were in the uppers. They went to the lowers. It's the second round of the lowers. They just lost it. Na'Vi are out. NIP are in. There's no other teams.
Okay, all right. Let's say you're right. Let's go with right there and I'm wrong. But I have something that I want to be right about, Alex. I have something that I want to show everybody at home. It was that round that you really liked on where the Ivy play. So I want to bring Skybox up here and just run everyone through this. So we'll just kick things off, fast forward a little bit. The first frag I want you to notice here, we'll zoom in a second. Like, we want to stay big picture, because what I want to do is talk about that we've got Nork towards inner and Hampus towards inner. So we have two players on that inner site. Fast forward a little bit more. Plopsky's going to go down here. And then what I can do for everybody is now we can change the camera angles. Let's see if I remember them properly. We swing her around.
Oh, yeah.
So we've got Rez pushed up towards Pop and Twist on an island. And Alex was talking about during the cast the pressure that was going to come through the Ivy position. Now look what happens in transition here. They get an idea when that Ivy smoke drops on fast forwarding. And this is what Alex loved. And I love it too.
Double face, right?
Yeah, we call this, well, we called it nutmegging, but it doesn't really have a name. The fact that they played two behind this smoke, as it fades, it's almost in your favor. And they were ready for the position. So they get those two kills. Boomich does get the trade, but it's the next bit that I really, really love. So we can transition the camera back up here and you can see Hampus pushing, going towards main. Nork's going to come down Pop. These guys are taking yard. They're looking for Nork. Where is Nork? Where's the AWPer? Where are the other players in the yard? Why is there only two? They're really taking their time here. As we continue to go, the smoke is starting to fade for Nork and Hampus is still coming through main. But it's this utility set that they're about to use that I really, really love. Nork now going for info. That's taking the pressure off Hampus' flank. He's able to come through. As he's coming through here, they isolate Flamey. A nade. He's now taken out of the picture. They're now working as a team. Molotov lands. It pushes Boomich out of the way. He's going to get forced forward. They eventually find the frag onto him, but Hampus has to hit this amazing shot on the player on the green train, and they win this round. I just love the way that they played off of each other there. The Ivy play, and then those two between Pop and Main, it was great stuff.
Oh, nice.
It's a perfect microcosm of what we've been praising NIP about, right? We've just been praising them about teamwork, first two kills, and individuals hitting shots, the last two kills.
I love Nork's AWPing on that. I said, I think you highlighted he can be that flashy AWPer, but he didn't have to be. I think there was some flash, some flare, but I haven't seen such a safe, crossfire set, supportive, just aware AWPer of teammates. I mean, you know what I mean? It was less individual, less about them popping off, but keeping others safe, denying any of those additional angles, and I loved that.
Device-esque, if you will.
Ooh.
I mean, there's no flashy backing to that, but it definitely seems like he was doing the same role and filling the same void. But it was flashy, and I certainly hope there's no flashing in our next segment, because it is time to once again check in with Quarantine Cam. I don't know how many days. He's probably got the chalk tally on the wall.
Now, right?
Carving into the wall with his fingernail. Oh, he's shaved. He looks like he's up and out
becoming a
today.
human.
Hello,
Here he
Trace Stuna Sorrenthus.
Hello. I just want to go ahead and clarify some comments that I happened to hear during the broadcast. This was directed at you, Lauren Pansy Scott. Might have had something to do with this normally
camera
sized
angle.
forehead
Camera
right
angle.
here. Yeah,
Bad
it's
lighting.
camera angle. See, I don't
Very
really
shiny
know
up
those
there.
things.
all
So I'm
good.
sorry. I apologize if I scared you by my rather large forehead. Now, on the other side of things, I got a bunch of cool stuff going on. Not only am I giving away Howl pins, I just got Howl pins. You know how we do out here. Throw that on the ground. Don't need that right now, but I will be giving that away shortly. I have in my possession quite a few signed lenses from various
Damn, what have we
timelines here.
got?
I've got one right here. This one is from Astralis. So we've got
Can I have that?
Astralis. We've got
full
ESL Pro
team.
League finals with Mouse Sports, right?
Oh, that one's
that's
going to be
kinda
pretty
cool.
rare.
That will, yeah, that's like the shiny.
Yeah, almost as rare as I don't know. How do you lose this? How do you lose these?
Oh, the 2v5.
Ooh, damn.
how do you lose
that's gonna have some value
So
to
I
it,
think
right?
I've got just 2 more to show you guys. I got Liquid as well.
A full
which is
roster?
pretty sick.
Oh, that is
We're
nice.
gonna have to
Full
remind
roster, the
NA,
full-
give him a little
With
shout out.
Nitro as
do it
well,
like
right
that.
front and center. That will be a kind of a Cologne 219. Oh,
Okay.
damn, okay.
And the last one, but not least, Mr. Content himself. I've got his autograph right
Tarek.
here on one of these.
Okay.
Yes, Tarek from the Evil Geniuses.
Amazing.
That one will be from ESL 1 New York 2019, which was one hell of an event. And so far, so
Wow.
good here.
How do we
as,
get hold of them,
ESL
though,
1 Cologne
Trace?
2020 goes.
Can I enter into this giveaway?
Likely not, but I can go ahead and determine the winner of the Howl giveaway if you allow me to do that. If
Go on,
that's
man.
cool with you, Alex.
Run
Can I
with it.
just do
Yeah,
that
you
right
do
now?
it.
I think JC Pinking is the guy that wins this. You go ahead and add him in the Twitch chat right now. He's going to win this code right here for a Howl. And don't worry, I've got a few more to give away. So for the meantime, while I'm locked up in this cage, while I'm in my box.
It's a nice cage.
While I'm kind of living in here.
You
I'm
wearing
doing
pants
okay.
right now?
You wearing trousers?
Did
Yeah,
we
don't
see
worry-
some thighs?
Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me wearing shorts on the
Oh,
broadcast,
okay.
okay?
Okay, with shorts. I
I might
really
even
thought
give
it
this
was
away
pants.
at some point.
Well, that's
I
a
don't even know
relic.
what to make of this.
Is that a bicep plushie?
Yes.
Goodness
Yes,
me.
it
Wow.
is.
Wow, you can kind of like fall asleep with the loving embrace of Pasha
Cuddling.
biceps.
Pasha
I don't
of
want
him
to say that like it's very nice when you're
Oh,
kind of laying against it like this.
Oh, I need that.
It's
I'm
like
getting
you're
very
in a
lonely.
jungle.
Love that one.
Can I have that, Trace? I'm getting very lonely.
Yeah, I need some.
Yeah,
some
man,
some
you're getting
action.
lonely. You're getting lonely, Chad.
Well, you can look out the window and
Anyway.
wave at all the people.
How many
Yeah,
days
look
is
at all
it
of them
now?
passing by.
When
I
are
don't
you
know,
allowed out of your
really.
cage, Trace?
I think we're about 6 days, 7 days shy. I kind of lost count around
Bloody
day
hell.
one.
Oof,
So,
okay.
either way, it's not been bad, but you guys are killing it out there, and I appreciate the hard work that the 3 of you are putting up with, as well as the other crew.
All right, man. Well,
I
much
get more
love.
games with him.
What's that?
I want to get some more matchmaking.
Yeah,
as
we'll jump
so
into the server with Trace when we finish this one up. In fact, we're on the morning shift. We actually have proper fragging hours now.
We do.
Ooh, let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Now, there are so many goodies, as always, with ESL 1 Cologne. ESL pulls out all the stops to get you all of that signed stuff and the pins that Trace is throwing at you. But also, something I wanted to mention is the Warsteiner music contest. If you're interested in hearing about that, if you're a music maker, then check out this clip of Electronic fragging out Mad, and then I'll go give you some info on how you can get your music played on this very stream.
It's hard to imagine the playoffs in Cologne without Natus Vincere, and 2018 was no different. However, it wasn't just Na'Vi making it to the grand final that made that year in the Cathedral of Counter-Strike special. The German team big in their almost